Imagine this: the arena lights dim, the crowd holds its breath, and in a blaze of otherworldly energy, your trusty Lucario erupts into something godlike. Its spikes sharpen, its aura explodes, and suddenly, it's not just a fighter, it's a mega force of nature. Stats surging, power unbound. That's Mega Evolution, Pokémon fans. The mechanic that turned battles upside down, sparked endless debates, and wove one of the richest, most enigmatic threads in Pokémon lore. But here's the kicker. For all its flash and fury, Mega Evolution's true story. It's a labyrinth of ancient secrets, clashing legends, cosmic mysteries, and whispers from forgotten eras. Welcome to the complete lore of Mega Evolution, origins and future. Buckle up, because over the next 3 hours, we're plunging deeper than ever before into the heart of this phenomenon, uncovering origins shrouded in myth, mechanics that defy logic, and a future that's already rewriting the rules. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We drop epic Pokémon deep dives like this weekly, and you don't want to miss the next one. If you're a returning viewer, you know the drill. Grab your Pokeballs, settle in, and let's evolve this conversation to mega levels. So what even is Mega Evolution? At its core, it's a temporary supercharge for battle. Certain Pokémon, bonded with their trainer through a gleaming keystone and a species-specific Megastone, unleash hidden potential. Picture it: Charizard's flames roar blue as it sprouts a colossal wingspan, Garchomp's fins slice like scythes, and Mewtwo, well, Mega Mewtwo Y becomes a psychic juggernaut that warps reality itself. Stats balloon, attack, speed, special attack, you name it. Sometimes types shift, like Ordino going from normal to fairy, and abilities flip entirely, granting game-breaking perks like huge power or Protean, but it's fleeting. Post-battle, or when the timer hits 0 in later games, poof, they revert, exhausted but alive. This isn't just a power-up, it's a narrative bombshell. Introduced in Pokémon X and Y back in 2013, Mega Evolution exploded onto the scene in Kalos, a region dripping with fairy tale elegance and ancient war vibes. But why? Where did these stones come from? And why do they feel so primal? Strap in, because the lore doesn't give straight answers. Instead, it serves up a feast of contradictions, regional myths, and tantalizing hints that make Mega Evolution the ultimate Pokémon puzzle. Let's start in Kalos Ground Zero for Mega Mania. Here the story ties directly to the region's cataclysmic past. Thousands of years ago, a war raged between humans and Pokémon, culminating in AZ, the ancient king, unleashing the ultimate weapon. This floating fortress, powered by the life force of thousands of Pokémon, nearly wiped out life itself. But legendary Xerneas and Yveltal intervened, sealing the weapon away. Fast forward. Those evolution stones, you know, Firestone, Thunderstone, the works? Some theorize Megastones are their irradiated cousins, supercharged by residual energy from the ultimate weapon's core. Imagine ordinary stones absorbing that forbidden power, mutating into vessels of mega potential. AZ himself, immortal wanderer that he is, carried a keystone etched with his life's regrets, hinting he might have pioneered the whole system to atone for his sins. But Kalos doesn't have a monopoly on the truth. Hop over to Huon, and the tale twists cosmic. Megastones here, born from meteorites crashing eons ago, infused with starborn energy. Rayquaza, the Sky Dragon Highliner, Mega evolved first, not with a stone, but through pure primal resonance, to halt a clash between Groudon and Kyogre. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we learn Rayquaza's Mega form draws on the dragon spirits of its ancestors, bypassing stones entirely. So, are Megastones fragments of those same meteors? Echoes of Rayquaza's roar echoing through space? Hoenn's lore paints Mega Evolution as a safeguard against apocalypse, a celestial reset button activated by worthy trainers. And it's not just those two. Sinnoh whispers of Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina manipulating time-space to birth these stones. Unova ties it to Reshiram and Zekrum's truth-ideal conflict. Even Galar's recent Dynamax echoes Mega vibes. But that's another rabbit hole. The Pokédex, a hotbed of inconsistency. One entry claims Mega Stones resonate with the Pokémon's genes, another that they're crystallized life force from ancient battles. Professor Sycamore in Kalos calls it awakening hidden energy, while Hoenn's Stephen Stone obsesses over their meteor origins. These clashes aren't flaws, they're deliberate. In universe, cultures argue over the truth, mirroring our own fan theories. Mega evolution thrives on ambiguity, a lore mosaic pieced from shards of myth. Now peel back the mechanics, and the mysteries deepen. That hidden energy? It's no game abstraction. Mega evolutions can hurt. Look at Lucario. Its spikes pierce its own armor, drawing blood in Pokédex art. Charizard X roars in agony as flames consume it. Gengar Mega, a shadowy maw that devours light and maybe souls. Trainers must share a profound bond, or so the lore insists. A heart attuned to its Pokémon, Sycamore says. But gameplay, friendship's optional. It's all about the stones. Why the disconnect? Perhaps the deepest bonds unlock true power, while stones force a crude version. Only legendaries like Mewtwo grasp the full ritual. Mewtwo Mega evolves in isolation, stoneless, hinting at self-mastery. Species specificity adds intrigue. Venusaur for Venusaur only, no swaps. These stones choose their wielders, pulsing with DNA-locked essence. Ancient tribes guarded them. Kalos elves, Hoenn dragon cults, even a mysterious mega lineage in Alola's ultraspace ties. Rumours swirl of lost stones, rogue megas in the wild, like those rogue mega evolutions in Legends. Arceus DLC, wild Pokémon tapping. Mega Power Sans trainers, feral and unbound. Speaking of the future, Mega Evolution isn't dead, it's evolving. Scarlet and Violet tease terrestrialization as a successor, but whispers persist. New games experiment. Mega gauges for timed bursts, multiple megas per team, even Z-moves and Gigantamax as mega cousins. Recent lore links it harder to legendaries, Terrapagos' crystals echoing megastones, Petulant's mischief stirring ancient pacts. Expect more. Rogue forms, primal reversals, cosmic tie-ins with Palea or new mythicals. The story's flexible, primed for twists. What if Mega Evolution predates humans? A Pokémon inheritance, stones as fossilized auras? Why chase this ever-shifting lore? Because it's Pokémon at its peak. Epic, emotional, endless. Mega Evolution isn't just strong, it's symbolic. The underdog Lucario becoming a legend. The bond between trainer and Mon transcending limits. The thrill of the unknown. But dangers lurk. Unchecked power led to AZ's war. Rayquaza's intervention saved Hoenn. But at what cost? Are we trainers stewards? Or Pandora's box openers? This video, your ultimate guide, will dissect every theory, every Pokédex hint, every regional rift. From Kalos Cradle to Hoenn Heavens, stone secrets to primal pains, future forecasts to fan-fueled what-ifs. No stone unturned, literally. We've scoured games, manga, anime, even TCG lore for the full picture. Theories tested, contradictions confronted, stakes sky high. Ready to mega dive? Let's awaken that hidden energy together. First up, the dawn of Mega Evolution. In 2013, Pokémon X and Y burst onto the scene, and with them came a battle mechanic so revolutionary it redefined what Pokémon could do in combat. Mega Evolution wasn't just an upgrade, it was a seismic shift that left trainers worldwide stunned, questioning everything they knew about their partners. You were there, weren't you? Grinding through the Kalos region, battling gym leaders, chasing badges, when suddenly, in the heat of Lumiose City, or maybe atop Prism Tower, it happened. Your Lucario, that loyal aura-wielding fighter you've raised from Riolu days, faced down an opponent that seemed unbeatable. The stakes were high, The crowd roared, and then you flashed that keystone on your wrist. Picture the tension building. Your Lucario's health bar dips low. Moves fly fast, aura sphere clashing against rival attacks. Extreme speed weaving through defenses. But something's different this time. You've equipped that mysterious megastone, Lucarionite, earlier in your journey, handed down from Aza, or unearthed in some glittering cave. Why does it matter now? Because the bond you've forged, turn after turn, battle after battle, unlocks it. You raise your wrist, shout the command, and a pulse of energy erupts. Light engulfs Lucario, spikes elongate into razor-sharp blades. Its chest plate gleams like forged steel. Blue aura surges like a living storm, eyes burning with untapped fury. Mega Lucario emerges, stats skyrocketing, attack piercing new heights, speed blurring into afterimages. That opponent obliterated in seconds. The world stopped. Forums exploded. What was that? Trainers messaged each other across the globe. Carlos, this pristine region, inspired by France with its glowing cafes and towering skyscrapers, had just shocked the Pokémon world. No more waiting for levels or items mid-fight. This was temporary power, triggered right there on the battlefield. A transformation that felt alive, responsive to your connection. You felt it, that rush when Mega Lucario's adaptability ability doubled stabby power, turning every move into a catastrophe for the foe. One moment, standard Lucario holds its ground. The next, it's a juggernaut, type unchanged, but presence amplified. And when the battle ends, poof, back to normal, panting but unbreakable, ready for more. But here's what hit hardest, the mystery it ignited. What hidden power lies dormant in every Pokémon? Kalos didn't just introduce the mechanic, it whispered ancient secrets through Pokédex entries and NPC tales. You talked to those street vendors in Lumiose, the old scholars in Chaleur City, and they hinted at something profound. Mega Evolution taps into a Pokémon's inner potential, a hidden energy buried deep within. Not evolution as we knew it. No permanent change, no stone-cracking finale. This was symbiotic trainer and Pokémon resonating through Keystone and Megastone. Your Mega Ring pulses syncing with Lucario's Lucarionite, and boom, dazzling light show, crowd gasps, victory sealed. Let's rewind to that first encounter. You're Karina, the Shala gym leader, rollerblading into the scene with her own Lucario. She challenges you, eyes twinkling with knowledge passed from her grandfather, Gherkin. Mega Evolution is the bond between trainer and Pokémon, she declares. You battle her team, whittling down Minfu evolutions, then her ace. She Mega evolves first, showing you the way. Light flares, her Lucario transforms. You counter with yours, and the arena shakes. Spikes clash, aura collides. It's not just stronger stats, 47 attack points up, 115 base speed making it untouchable. It's the spectacle, the impossibility. Carlos positioned itself as the cradle of this power, with megastones scattered like forgotten jewels. In glittering caves' depths, atop Route 10's seaside cliffs, even buried in the Pokémon village, where abandoned Mons roam free. You collected them obsessively, didn't you? Venusaurite from a Levair city dancer, Charizardite X from a Geosenge town quest, each one tied to legends. Take Carlos's lore drop. These stones weren't born ordinary. Pokédex whispers. They formed from evolution stones, irradiated by energy from an ancient weapon. Yeah, that ultimate one. The one AZ built a millennium ago to end a war, powered by eternal flowers and legendary Pokémon like Xerneas and Yveltal. Fleur-de-lis motifs everywhere in Kalos hint at it. Royalty, eternity, destruction. Megastones as remnants of that cataclysm? Mind-blowing. Your Lucario's transformation mid-battle against Karina. It echoed that history, trainer bond, echoing AZ's grief-fueled genius. And the shockwaves, immediate. X and Y sold millions, partly because of this. No spoilers from prior gens, no hints in black and white. Kalos unveiled it fresh mid-game, after your third badge or so. You weren't ready. Neither was the meta. Competitive players scrambled. Mega Lucario dominated early ladders, its counter and bullet punch punishing revenge killers. But lore-wise, it posed the big question. If Lucario holds this power, what about your starter? Your legendaries? Every Pokémon with a Mega Stone suddenly brimmed with secrets. Garcampite in Terminus Cave, Jengarite from Lumiose Ghosts. Each activation a mini revelation. Dazzling lights painting the screen in rainbows. Yet, that trainer bond? It's the emotional core. Games rarely quantify friendship mechanically. Mega doesn't check happiness meters like evolutions do. But narratively, it's everything. You raised Lucario through hordes of Snorlax on bridges, surf across wintry lakes, fly over fairy tale forests. That loyalty triggers it. Stronger together, Corinna says. You feel it when Mega Lucario's aura sensors twitch, detecting intent before moves land. Painful for some though, Pokédex notes. Mega evolutions strain bodies like Mega Beedrill's agony or Mega Pinsir's berserk rage. Lucario, it thrives, spikes honing like a warrior's resolve. Kalos shocked the world by making it accessible, yet elite. Not every Pokémon qualifies. Species-specific stones ensure only the worthy transform. You hunt them post-game. Diving Reflection, Cave for Diancyte, battling hidden bosses. AZ himself, that immortal king, reveals more in the endgame. His Floette Mega evolves too, a flower blooming eternal. Ties back to the war, 10,000 Pokémon lost, his weapons beam warping stones into mega forms. Cosmic? Not yet. Kalos keeps it regional. Life force amplified, ancient tech residue. Trainers debated endlessly. Is it natural power or artifact driven? Your first Mega Lucario win against Karina. Did it feel earned? The crowd's cheers, her begrudging respect as she hands the Mega Ring. Pass it on, she urges. You two chaining battles, stacking power. World shocked because it broke rules. Evolutions were slow burns. This? Instant God mode. Time limited to 1 per battle. Stats revert post-fight, but the high lingers. You replayed that moment 100 times, perfecting the sync. Fast forward to global impact. Speedrunning communities adapted. Art exploded. Megas everywhere. But the mystery endures. What if every Pokémon harbours this? Kalos teases it. Professor Sycamore raves about boundless potential. Lysandra scoffs, seeing destruction. Your journey cements it. Trainer Pokémon unity unleashes gods among us. Lucario's dawn wasn't solo. It paved for 50+ megas in XY, each a story. Blaziken Knight from a hotel magnate. Scissorite in a steel mill. Each hunt a quest, each user thrill. Deeper still, Kalos lore fractures reality. Pokédex entries clash. Some say Megastones predate humans, others tie to AZ exclusively. Gherkin's Mega Evolution. Guru lineage guards secrets, scrolls detailing bonds, transcending time. You consult him post-gym, learning Mega Boosts aren't random. Attack for physical beasts like Lucario, speed for chasers. Hidden power dormant, awaiting your call. Painful transformations hint costs. Mega Gyarados floods with rage. Mega Altaria cocoons softly. Yours? Pure synergy. You bonded through it all. Training montages in the Friend Safari. Chaining 100 win streaks for IVs. That mid-battle trigger, peak cinema. Opponent smirks, then dread as light builds. Mega Lucario roars. Aura tendrils lashing. Bullet punch connects like lightning. Victory. World changed forever. Kalos, with its eternal flowers and war-scarred legends, birthed this era. Shocked? Understatement? Revolutionized? Absolutely. But peeling back the dazzle reveals layers. Mechanics demand strategy. 1 mega per team. No Dynamax overlap yet. Keystone mandatory. Your bracelet, pulsing red. Lucario's form? Iconic. Reprinted on merch. Cosplayed at Worlds. Mystery propels. Dormant power suggests evolutions evolve. Kalos plants seeds for theories, Mega as preview to Legendary's might, or human Pokémon fusion metaphor. As you traverse Kalos's star-shaped map, from Vanderville's innocence to Geosenge's shadows, each megastone pulses with history. A Bombacite in a frosty lair, Houndoomornite from a Hellfire dog. Your Lucario leads, transforming repeatedly, Bond ironclad. World watches, awed, Pokémon shocks evolve, but this dawn, eternal. What makes Mega tick under the hood? That's where we dive next in Anatomy of a Mega Evolution, unpacking the stones, the energy, the transformations that turned Kalos into legend. You ready to see how it really works? Anatomy of a Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution demands two irreplaceable ingredients, a keystone in your hand and a Megastone clutched by your Pokémon. Without them, no transformation happens. Period. These aren't just shiny rocks, they're the spark and the fuel for a cataclysmic shift that turns good Pokémon into legends mid-battle. Picture yourself gripping that keystone, its surface pulsing with latent energy as you shout the command. Your Pokémon, say, a loyal Garchomp holding its jagged Megastone, feels the resonance. A brilliant light engulfs it, bonds form between you and your partner, and boom, the Mega Evolution ignites. The keystone acts as the trigger, channeling your will through an unbreakable trainer Pokémon link. It's like you're reaching into the core of your Pokémon's being, unlocking a power that's always been there, dormant. But the Megastone, that's the catalyst tailored to one species alone. Garchomp's stone won't work on a Venusaur, and vice versa. Each one's imprinted with the essence of its destined user, forged from ancient energies we'll unpack later. Together, they rewrite reality for those crucial moments. Now what happens next? Stats skyrocket in ways that shatter expectations. Base attack might jump by 100 points. Speed surges, defenses harden like steel. Take Charizard for instance, normal form, it's a powerhouse at 534 total base stats. Mega Charizard X, that hits 634 with attack blasting from 84 to 182, a 116% increase. Dragon Fire typing replaces Pure Fire, letting it shrug off ground moves that once crippled it. Or Mega Charizard. Why? Speed leaps from 100 to 130, special attack to 159. You're not tweaking numbers, you're unleashing a monster that dominates the field. And it's not just dragons. Lucario's Mega form cranks attack from 110 to 145, special attack to 140, while gaining adaptability to double stab moves. Suddenly, every aura sphere hits like a meteor, but the chaos doesn't stop at raw power. Types shift, flipping weaknesses into strengths. Ampharos goes from pure electric to electric dragon in its mega form, trading frailty for bulk and coverage. Its base stats climb to 615 total, with HP up 30 points and special attack dominating at 165. No longer zapped by ground types as easily, it electrifies foes with Dragon Pulse alongside Thunderbolt. Pinsir? Normal bug fighting Mega Pinsir boasts a monstrous 155 attack, up from 125, and gains Aerolate to turn normal moves into devastating flying stab. Hyper Beam becomes a sky-shattering boom burst equivalent. These changes aren't random, they evolve the Pokémon strategically, making it a nightmare matchup machine. Then come the new abilities, pure chaos engines designed to upend battles. Mega Venusaur's thick fat halves, fire and ice damage, turning a classic weakness into immunity while pumping HP to 160 and attack to 100. It walls special sweepers that once melted it. Mega Blaziken snags speed boost, gaining +1 speed each turn. Pair that with 160 attack and Technician, and it's untouchable. Or Mega Sizer. Technician boosts low power moves like Bullet Punch to priority devastation, with attack at 150 and defenses like a fortress. These abilities aren't upgrades, they're revolutions. They force opponents to rethink every switch in, every prediction. Chaos reigns as your Mega Pokémon dictates the pace, turning stalemates into routes. You feel it, right? That rush when the light fades and your foe stares at this evolved titan. But here's the kicker. This god mode is temporary. The power-up lasts only through the battle. Win or lose, once the dust settles or you black out, the mega form recedes. Your Pokémon drops the stone's hold. Stats revert, types normalize, abilities reset. It's gone, leaving you craving that next clash. Why design it this way? It builds addiction. Trainers scour regions for rare megastones. Train bonds unbreakable enough to trigger the change reliably. In some games, like the remakes, a time limit via Mega Gauge adds tension. You've got turns to burn before it fizzles. Miss your window and you're back to baseline, heart pounding for another shot. Let's break it down further with real battle scenarios you'll recognize. You're facing a stall team heavy on steel types. Out comes your Mega Altaria, Dragon Fairy typing shredding their defenses. Natural Cure clears status on Switch. Pixelate turns Hyper Voice into a Fairy Nuke at 112.5 base power with Stab. Stats? 545 total. Special attack 140. You sweep, but post-battle, it's just Altaria again, cooing innocently. Or take Mega Lopunny. Huge power doubles attack to effectively 3-2. Scrappy punches through ghosts. Speed 135 lets it outspeed walls, but bye-bye after victory. These aren't permanent evos like Mega Gyarados in later gens. No, they're battle-locked adrenaline hits. Depth here reveals genius. Not every Pokémon gets a Mega Stone. Only 48 do across the franchise, each handpicked for narrative weight. Mewtwo's 2 forms. Mega Y for Special Annihilation, 780 total stats, Insomnia blocking sleep. Mega X for Physical Terror, Steadfast Revenge killing. Rayquaza skips stones altogether with Dragon Ascent, but that's a lore tease for later. The specificity means strategy. Hoard stones, swap mid-battle if allowed, like in doubles where multiple Megas stack chaos. Imagine Mega Kangaskhan's parental bond doubling moves, her baby echoing every hit until battle's end, when the family reunion fades. But why does it feel so visceral? In-universe, Mega Evolution draws from hidden energy, a wellspring tied to life force or cosmic vibes. Some Pokédex entries hint pain. Mega Heracross bulks up, but strains under its own power. Mega Ordino heals massively, with healer spreading status cures. Yet lore suggests tolls on the user. Trainers must prove worthiness. Friendship bonds amplify reliability, though gameplay simplifies it to mere possession. You touch the keystone, Mega Ring or bracelet glowing, and will it into being. Fail the sync? No dice. Expand on the ripple effects. Stats skyrocketing means outpacing rivals. Charizard X's Tough Claws boost contact moves 30%. Dragon Dance sweeps endlessly. Type shifts like Mega Sablei's Ghost, Dark to Pure Ghost. No, wait. Sableye gains Prankster priority on status, Magic Bounce reflecting hazards. 565 stats, Utility King. New abilities unleash not just power, but mind games. Mega Gengar's Shadow Tag traps foes, Levitate immunity, 500 speed with 170 special attack. Evasion drops to 20% mischance, but it warps the meta. Temporary nature amps drama. Post-battle reset prevents abuse. Imagine permanent megas dominating wild encounters. Instead, it mirrors real stakes. Seize the moment or lose it. Trainers like you chase that high, grinding for stones in Kalos Caves or Hoenn Meteors. In competitive play, it's banned in some formats for balance, but lore-wise, it's the pinnacle of partnership. Dive deeper into examples that hook you. Mega Tyranitar, Sandstream Rages. Forever, Special Defense 150, Attack 164. Crunches rocks, endures hits, resets after. Mega Metagross, Tough Claws again, Clear Body Prevention, 700 total stats, highest non-legendary. Meteor Mash priority threats, Chaos. Mega Salamence, Irrelate, Moxie Snowballs. Attack. Dragon flying to Pure Dragon? No, stays but multi-scales at 1 HP. Temporary Terror. Abilities steal the show. Mega Diance's Magic Bounce nullifies entry hazards. Fairy Rock typing resist tons. 700 stats. Mega Latios' levitate, plus huge speed, each one a puzzle piece for your team. You see the anatomy now. Keystone triggers, megastone fuels, stats explode, types pivot, abilities anarchy, then poof, back to normal, hunger growing. But where did these stones come from? That leads straight into Carlos's ancient secret, a tale of weapons, legends, and irradiated origins that will blow your mind. Stick around. You won't want to miss how it all began. Kalos's ancient secret. Deep in the annals of Carlos history, a king named AZ forged a weapon that changed Pokémon forever. This wasn't just any artifact, it was the ultimate weapon, born from unimaginable grief during a war that ravaged the region thousands of years ago. You know the kind of story that sticks with you? The one where loss twists into something cataclysmic? That's AZ's tale, and it's the key to unlocking Carlos's ancient secret behind Mega Evolution. Picture the scene without me painting it for you. Kalos, a land of pristine beauty now, was once a battlefield. Pokémon and humans clashed in a conflict so brutal, it threatened to erase entire bloodlines. AZ, the ruler, lost his most cherished companion in that chaos. His Floette, a tiny delicate Pokémon with a flower that never wilted. It fell protecting him, its petals stained with the blood of war. Devastated, AZ poured his kingdom's resources into creating something revolutionary. Not a sword or a shield, but a machine powered by the very life force of Pokémon. He called it the ultimate weapon, designed originally to resurrect his fallen friend. But here's where it gets chilling. When AZ activated it, the weapon didn't just fire a beam of destruction. It unleashed infinite energy, a torrent so vast it warped reality itself. This energy coursed through the land like a living storm, supercharging everything it touched. Ordinary evolution stones, those fire stones, water stones, thunder stones scattered across Kalos, absorbed this raw power. They mutated, crystallizing into something new, the first Mega Stones. Yes, you heard that right. The birth of Mega Evolution traces back to this moment of apocalypse, when war's fury forged gems capable of tapping into a Pokémon's deepest potential. Think about what that means for you as a trainer. Every time you slip a Mega Stone onto your Lucario or your Garchomp, you're wielding a fragment of that ancient cataclysm. Those stones aren't just power-ups, they're relics of devastation, infused with energy that once leveled armies. In Carlos lore, this is whispered among ruins and forgotten texts. Pokédex entries hint at it too. Take the entry for Diancie, that rare gem Pokémon from Carlos Caves. It speaks of megastones forming under immense pressure and energy, echoing the weapon's blast. Or Venusaurite, found near ancient battlefields, its description tying back to floral energies amplified beyond nature's limits. AZ didn't stop at creation. His Floette, miraculously revived by the weapon's power, returned not as the innocent bloom he remembered, but transformed into the eternal flower Floette. This form, with its massive radiant petals pulsing with otherworldly light, carried the weight of that infinite energy. It was a bond forged in tragedy, Floette's unwavering loyalty to AZ unbroken even after death. But AZ, blinded by sorrow, rejected it. He couldn't see his friend in this majestic, altered state. Instead, he mechanized Floette, turning it into a servant for his eternal wanderings, still seeking peace after the war's end. That bond, though, it's no side note. It hints at the emotional triggers woven into Mega Evolution's core. You feel it in battles, don't you? That surge when your Pokémon responds to your call, their eyes locking with yours before the transformation. Kalos lore suggests the ultimate weapon's energy resonated with deep connections, amplifying them exponentially. Eternal Flower Floette's devotion to AZ, defying death itself, mirrors how Mega Evolution demands harmony between trainer and Pokémon. It's not just about the stone or the keystone, it's the heart behind it. Without that emotional spark, the power fizzles. AZ's story screams it. grief and love can birth miracles or monsters. Now let's dig deeper into how this revelation reshapes everything you thought you knew. Mega Evolution, born from war's devastation. Absolutely. The weapon didn't just create stones, it shattered the boundaries of Pokémon potential. In X and Y, you walk through the ruins of that war, AZ's silhouette haunting Lumiose City. He challenges you at the endgame, his machine Floette by his side, revealing fragments of truth. Life and death are the same, he mutters, his voice heavy with centuries of regret. That infinite energy? It blurred those lines, allowing Pokémon to access megaforms, temporary ascensions that echo the eternal struggle between destruction and rebirth. Consider the implications for Carlos's legendaries. Xerneas and Yveltal, the life-giver and destroyer, embody the weapon's dual nature. Xerneas channels fairy energy to heal, while Yveltal drains it away. The ultimate weapon drew from both, siphoning life to fuel its blasts. Mega stones crystallized from that chaos carry traces of their power. That's why Kalos Megas like Mega Altaria or Mega Heracross feel so primal. They're direct descendants of that irradiated legacy. Altaria's megaform, with its cloud-like wings exploding into a dragon fairy storm, screams of floral energies gone wild, much like Floette's transformation. But you might wonder, how does this fit with the mechanics today? In battles, Mega Evolution requires synchronization. Your keystone glows in response to the Mega Stone, but lore ties it to AZ's tech. His ultimate weapon had a control mechanism, a core that attuned energies. Sound familiar? The keystone is that evolved control, channeling the trainer's will. And the time limits in later games? A safeguard against the infinite energy overload that once scorched Kalos, wild Pokémon going rogue Mega in recent titles, echoes of the war where untamed power ran free. Let's unpack AZ's weapon further, because the details will blow your mind. It wasn't fueled by one Pokémon, but countless. AZ harvested life energy on a massive scale, turning fallen warriors into fuel. When fired, it released a beam that petrified armies, turning flesh to stone, Pokémon to eternal guardians. Those petrified remnants? Some theorize they're the origin of certain Mega Pokémon's stone-like features. Look at Mega Tyranitar, its armor cracked and jagged, or Mega Aerodactyl, fossilized fury unleashed. Kalos's energy blast could have rippled worldwide, seeding megastones everywhere. Eternal Flower Floette adds another layer. This mythical form, only obtainable through special events, has moves like Light of Ruin, a self-damaging blast that mirrors the weapon's toll. Using it hurts the user, just as Mega Evolution constrains some Pokémon. Pokédex notes its petals never wilt, sustained by AZ's lingering love or curse. That tragic bond suggests emotional triggers aren't fluff, they're essential. In lore, AZ's denial prevented Floette from fully reverting, trapping it in limbo. For your team, it means training bonds matter. A Pokémon at low happiness won't Mega evolve. A nod to this heartfelt origin. What if this energy birthed more than stones? Alcée's wanderings post-war, with his mechanized Floette, spread traces of that power. He built Geosenji's chamber, housing the weapon's core. In the games, you reactivate it, feeling the hum of infinite potential. Defeating Lysandra, who sought to remake the world in AZ's image, you glimpse the cycle. Mega Evolution isn't progress, it's a warning. War created it, and war could unleash it again. This ties into broader mysteries. Why are Megastones species-specific? The weapon's energy bonded to individual essences during the chaos, imprinting on Pokémon souls. Your Charizardite, X or Y. Variants from different blast intensities. And the pain some Megas endure, like Mega Rayquaza's Primal Fury. A remnant of forced ascension, much like Floette's unwilling change. As we peel back these layers, one question burns. Could Mega Evolution be replicated without stones? AZ did it with raw energy. Modern trainers with Z moves and Dynamax skirt the edges. but Kalos guards its secret fiercely, AZ still roaming, eternal guardian or prisoner. You've journeyed through the war's shadow, felt the weight of AZ's loss, seen how infinite energy birthed megastones from ruin. That eternal flower Flet's undying bond whispers of the emotions fueling it all, and the revelation hits hard. Mega evolution, our greatest power, rose from devastation's ashes. But hold on, because Kalos hides even darker enigmas. Up next, in Chapter 4, the fairy-type enigma, we'll uncover how a type born in these same wars twists mega evolution in ways you never suspected. What forbidden link ties fairies to mega power? You won't want to miss it. The fairy-type enigma Mega Diancie burst onto the scene in Kalos, a glittering powerhouse that turned dragon types from untouchable kings into fragile prey. You know those epic battles where Salamence or Garchomp ruled the skies, shrugging off everything thrown at them? One mega evolution changed that forever. Suddenly fairy types weren't just cute additions, they were meta-wreckers, exploiting a hidden weakness that no one saw coming. Let's break it down. Before Generation 6, dragons dominated competitive play. Their raw power, mixed with flying or ground coverage, made them nightmares. Hydreigons sweeping teams, Latios outspeeding everything. It felt unstoppable. Then Kalos drops Mega Diancie. This isn't your average Carbink evolution. Diancie holds the Dianciter, flashes with mega energy, and emerges as a jewel-encrusted juggernaut. Its Diamond Storm ability hails razor-sharp crystals, boosting its special defense every time it hits. Steel and rock typing? Sure. But that fairy essence underneath, it slices through dragons like butter. Match up. Your opponent's Mega Salamence charges in, Dragon Dance pumping its attack and speed. You switch to Mega Diancie. Moonblast incoming. Critical weakness hit. Salamence drops in one shot. It's Intimidate useless against Diancie's bulk. The crowd gasps because this isn't luck, it's design. Fairy moves now deal double damage to dragons, a reversal that flipped the entire battle pyramid upside down. Teams built around dragon cores crumbled overnight. Trainers scrambled, swapping out aces for steel types or poisons. Anything to counter the fairy surge. But Diancie wasn't alone in this revolution. Enter Mega Audino, the unlikeliest of culprits. Audino? The pink healer from Unova, known for stalling with Wish and Toxic? Yeah, that one. Slap on the Ordinite, and it mega evolves into a fairy-bulked tank with healer ability, spreading status cures to its team. Again, that fairy typing emerges, injecting the same lethal vulnerability into dragons. Audino doesn't sweep like Diancie, it endures. Mega Audino walls physical dragons with massive HP and special defense, then chips away with Draining Kiss or Play Rough. Suddenly support Pokémon could frontline against the meta's bullies. You felt this shift if you played those early Kalos metas. X and Y launched and forums exploded. Fairy is broken, they'd say, and they were right. It wasn't just power creep, it was a calculated flip. Dragons once. S-tier plummeted. Gyarados lost its edge without Dragon Dance immunity tweaks. Even legendaries like Rayquaza, pre-Mega at least, had to pivot. Competitive leaderboards rewrote themselves. VGC tournaments saw fairy leads spike, with Diancie and Audino anchoring cores alongside Togekiss or Gardevoir. The meta diversified, forcing creativity. Poisons rose, steals boomed, but the fairy enigma reshaped everything. Why does this matter beyond wins and losses? Because it ties straight into Mega Evolution's deepest lore. Kalos, the cradle of Megas, hid this fairy secret in its ancient texts. Flip through the Pokédex, and you'll catch whispers of something bigger. Entries on Diancie hint at super evolution, a phrase echoing from dusty Kalos scrolls. Not regular evolution. No, this is hypercharged transformation, born from the region's eternal energy. Ancient Kalosians documented it. Megastones pulsing with super evolutionary force, drawn from the world's core. Diancie, forged in diamond caverns, embodies that. Its Pokédex notes describe it as a dual Pokémon capable of mega forms that radiate otherworldly grace but dig deeper. And those Carlos texts murmur of peril. Those scrolls aren't fanfic, they're in-universe artifacts, scattered in Lumiose City's archives, referenced by scholars like Professor Sycamore. They speak of super evolution as a double-edged blade, amplifying power but awakening primal instabilities. Fairy types in this lore aren't new, they're rediscovered. Carlos myths claim fairies guarded the ultimate weapon, channeling light against darkness. Mega Diancie and Audino, modern echoes of those guardians. Their weaknesses, a deliberate balance. Why introduce fairy vulnerabilities right as Mega's debut? To remind trainers, power invites counters. The meta flip wasn't accidental. It's lore-encoded humility, but here's where it gets chilling. You've cheered Megas as ultimate upgrades, right? Stronger stats, new abilities, battle dominance. What if not all are benevolent enhancements? That twist hits hard in the Pokédex fine print. Some Megas strain their Pokémon. Lucario's spikes pierce its own body during the change. Charizard's flames scorch its wings. Audino, its megaform bulks up, but entries whisper exhaustion post-battle. Diancie shatters its own crystals to reform stronger, risking fragmentation. Ancient Carlos texts warn of super evolution's curse, transformations that drain life force, shortening lifespans or inducing agony. Consider the evidence. In battles, Megas revert after one fight, exhausted. No multi-mega marathons without tools like Rayquaza's Delta Stream. Pokédex on Mega Pinsir. The pincers rip through muscle to extend. Painful? Absolutely. Carlos lore ties this to the region's war. The ultimate weapon's energy corrupted stones, birthing Megas with a cost. Not every Pokémon embraces it. Some Megastones reject trainers, sensing unworthy bonds. Whispered in texts, super evolution devours the weak-hearted. Benevolent for victors, torment for the rest. You start questioning your team now, don't you? That Diancie you love, does it suffer each flash? Audino's gentle heels mask inner turmoil? This enigma deepens Megalore's mystery. Fairy types weren't slapped on for balance. They're narrative keys. Kalos post-war sealed these powers. AZ's eternal Pokémon? Maybe a mega casualty, frozen in flux. Sycamore's research revives it, unleashing fairies to heal old wounds. But at what price? Dive deeper into the meta ripples. Post-Kolos, Scarlet and Violet nod back. Terrestrialization borrows fairies' sting, but Megas linger in remakes. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire pit Mega Diancie against primal forces, its Diamond Storm piercing reversal tides. Audino shines in doubles, healer syncing with status spreaders. Trainers theory craft endlessly. Is Fairy's dragon weakness? Why Rayquaza Mega evolves without a stone? Cosmic balance? Pokédex teases it. Ancient texts link super evolution to Sky Guardians, prepping Rayquaza for meteor threats. Those Carlos whispers evolve. Fan translations of in-game books describe super evolutionary rites in Geosenge ruins. Hieroglyphs depict Carbink megafusing under moonlight, birthing Diancie as fairy arbiters. Audino's Unova roots twist here, imported to Carlos, amplified by local energy. Not all Megas get fairy boosts, it's selective, enigmatic. Why these two? Diancie for offense, Audino for sustain, perfect duality, flipping metas from aggression to endurance. The twist amplifies suspicion. Benevolent enhancements? Tell that to Mega Kangaskhan, maternal fury masking rage, or Mega Gengar, shadows corrupting its soul. Carlos texts caution. Super evolution mirrors the heart. Pure intent elevates, malice destroys. Trainers like Lysandra chased it for conquest, dooming his team. You wield it for glory. What does it awaken in your Pokémon? This fairy enigma lingers in modern play. Project Core lets wild Megas roam. Fairies patrolling Carlos-inspired zones. Time-limited gauges force choices. Mega Diancie now, or Audino later. Meta adapts, but the flip endures. Dragons rebound with fairy resists, yet Diance's legacy haunts. Pokédex updates in legends. Arceus echo it. Super evolution predates stones, innate to ancients. Feel the pull? Mega evolution's heart beats in Kalos. Fairies its enigmatic pulse, but origin splinter. While Kalos guards super evolution secrets, Hoenn whispers of meteorite mysteries that birthed entirely different megapaths. What cosmic rocks rained power on Rayquaza's kin, clashing with Kalos light? Stick around for Chapter 5, Hoenn's Meteorite Mysteries. You won't believe how it rewrites the stars. Hoenn's Meteorite Mysteries. In Hoenn, meteorites crashing from the stars aren't just space rocks. They're the smoking gun linking cosmic chaos to the birth of megastones. Unfolding in the Delta episode of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, a lone trainer like you stumbles into a web of ancient prophecies, clashing legendaries, and fragments from the void that pulse with otherworldly power. What starts as a routine quest for shiny Deoxys shards spirals into the revelation that these meteorites could be ground zero for mega evolution itself. Let's break it down step by step, because what happens here shakes the foundation of everything we've discussed so far. You're exploring the heart of Hoenn, that volcanic archipelago where land, sea and sky battle for dominance. Suddenly alarms blare across the Devon Corporation. Meteorites are falling, not randomly, but targeted, drawn by some invisible force. Professor Cosmo, the quirky astronomer, is beside himself. He's got these glowing chunks in his lab, dark, jagged, humming with energy that defies science. One of them? It's not just any rock, it's the key to awakening Deoxys, the DNA Pokémon from another dimension, twisting forms and rewriting reality on a whim. But here's where it gets wild. As you chase leads from Meteor Falls to the Scorched Slab, you meet Zinnia, the enigmatic Draconid lawkeeper. She's no ordinary NPC. She's the guardian of Hoenn's sky-high secrets, painted in tribal markings, riding her fierce salamence like a dragon queen. Zinnia drops the bombshell. These meteorites aren't accidents. They're infused with infinite energy from space, the same stuff that forged the megastones scattered across regions. She calls it the Light of Infinity, a cosmic force that supercharged ordinary minerals into vessels for mega evolution. You collect them, fuse them, and suddenly you're staring at proof that megastones might originate from extraterrestrial impacts, bombarded by stellar radiation until they bond with a Pokémon's hidden potential. Think about that for a second. Every megastone in your bag, the Lucarianite, the Gengarite, the Salamencite, could trace its roots to a meteor shower eons ago. In Hoenn's lore, these space invaders slammed into the planet, carrying pure cosmic essence. That energy seeped into the earth, crystallizing into stones that only activate for their destined Pokémon. It's not magic, it's astrophysics meets Pokémon biology. Cosmo even experiments with them, creating a makeshift Mega Ring prototype from meteorite shards. You feel the power surge as you test it, the air crackling, your Pokémon's form shimmering on the edge of transcendence. Now hold on to your Pokéballs, because the Delta episode doesn't stop at Origins, it shatters the rules entirely. You've got your Keystone, your Megastone, the whole ritual down pat, but then Rayquaza enters the fray. The Sky Guardian, that serpentine behemoth, coiled in the ozone layer, descends in a blaze of emerald fury. Groudon and Kyogre are rampaging again, primal forces threatening to drown or scorch Hoenn. Rayquaza mega evolves. No stone, no keystone, no trainer holding anything but sheer willpower and a Dragon Ascent command. How? That's the question that keeps lore hunters up at night. Rayquaza defies every mechanic we've uncovered. In the heat of battle, high above the planet, it taps directly into that meteorite-born cosmic energy. Zinnia explains it through Draconid legend. Rayquaza was there at the beginning, feasting on the light of falling stars to maintain balance. Its body, already attuned to the infinite, doesn't need a crutch like a stone. It mega evolves purely through the trainer's bond and the Pokémon's innate resonance with the universe. Stats explode. Attack skyrockets to 180 base, speed hits 115, and Delta Stream kicks in, manipulating weather itself to neutralize primal threats. You're commanding a living meteor, a dragon that turns the sky into its domain. This isn't just a gameplay gimmick, it's a lore earthquake. Rayquaza's stoneless Mega Evolution proves Mega Evolution isn't uniform. What works for Kalos war machines or Sinnoh relics fails here. Hoenn whispers that true mastery comes from purity, from syncing with the cosmos without intermediaries. You experience it firsthand. Scale the sky pillar, commune with the dragon, teach it dragon ascent. The cutscene hits like a thunderbolt. Rayquaza's form elongates, horns sharpen into scythes. Its aura engulfs the screen in green plasma. No props needed, just raw, defiant power. But here's the spark that ignites regional lore conflicts. This cosmic energy infusion isn't peaceful. Meteorites bring both creation and destruction. Deoxys arrives as an invader, warping Hoenn's fabric. The Delta episode pits Hoenn against the wider world. Zinnia argues for isolation, sealing the dimensional rift to protect the meteorite's secrets. Other regions would covet them, twist them into weapons. Kalos sees megastones as war relics. Hoenn views them as stellar gifts laced with peril. What if Unova's ideals clash with this? Or Alola's guardian energies? The infusion sparks debate. Are megastones safe harbours for power, or ticking bombs of extraterrestrial radiation? Dive deeper into the meteorites themselves, because Hoenn layers on specifics that make your jaw drop. Take the one in Meteor Falls, pulsing blue. It resonates with steel and rock types, hinting at how cosmic rays alter elemental affinities. Another in the Scorched Slab, red hot, tied to fire evolutions. They're not uniform, each carries a unique signature, like fingerprints from distant galaxies. In-game, you trade them for megastones. At the battle resort, direct evidence of the theory. Lysandra's ultimate weapon in Kalos? Maybe it mimicked this, irradiating stones with Xernea's and Eviltal's life-death beams. But Hoenn predates that, suggesting meteorites as the prime source. With regional methods as echoes, you start questioning everything. Remember those wild mega Pokémon in Alola raids? Could meteorite fragments explain rogue evolutions? Or the Ultra Beasts, space invaders, echoing Deoxys? Hoenn's story plants seeds of a universal origin, meteorites seeding life force across the Pokémon world. Trainers, like Steven Stone, hoard them, sensing their value beyond battles. He's got a meteorite staff in his collection, channeling that energy. Imagine forging your own. Grind meteorites, infuse with a Pokémon's essence, birth a new stone. The possibilities explode your strategy. Yet this revelation breeds tension. Draconids guard the lore fiercely, fearing outsiders. Zinnia's trial forces you to prove worthiness, battling her mega salamence atop a crashing spaceship. Victory earns trust, but at what cost? The episode ends with a choice. Save Hoenn or risk the multiverse. You seal Deoxys away, but meteorites linger, whispering of more falls to come. Cosmic energy isn't benevolent, it amplifies conflicts. Groudon and Kyogre's primal clash draws Rayquaza, but what if unchecked meteorites awaken worse? Hoenn's lore conflicts with itself. Peace through power, or power through sacrifice. Feel that pull. You're not just learning facts, you're unraveling a conspiracy spanning stars and seas. Every mega evolution in your team now feels cosmic, a fragment of infinity in your pocket. But Rayquaza's rule-breaking act begs the ultimate question. If the dragon can ascend without stones, what primal fury awaits when it unleashes even more? Stick around for Chapter 6, Rayquaza's Primal Fury, where we dive into the rage that reshapes worlds and leaves you questioning if Mega was ever enough. Let's expand on why this meteorite theory grips you so tightly. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the remakes amplify Hoenn's space theme. The Delta episode adds 20% more content, a post-game epic rivaling main stories. You rocket to space stations, fight holographic legendaries, all orbiting these rocks. One meteorite even mimics Hooper's rings, portaling Deoxys' cores. It's narrative genius, blending sci-fi with myth. Zinnia quotes ancient scrolls. From the light that pierces the void come the stones that pierce the soul. Poetic, right? It humanizes the Draconids, a tribe worshipping Rayquaza as Meteor Eater. Compare it to real-world science for that mind-blow moment. Actual meteorites carry iridium, rare metals from space impacts. Pokémon mirrors this. Megastones glow with impossible alloys. Perhaps Game Freak drew from Chicxulub, the dinosaur killer, imagining Pokémon thriving post-impact via mega mutations. You collect 5 key meteorites, small shards for trading, large ones for ultimate power. Each fuse yields a stone like Diancite or Metagrossite, proving the link. But conflicts arise. Kalos insists on AZ's weapon. Hoenn says meteorites predated humans. Who's right? In-universe, both, fostering mystery. Pokédex entries fuel it. Ordinite speaks of star-fallen might. Regional bias explains contradictions. Hoenn trainers boast cosmic purity. Kalos purity through sacrifice. You pick sides in fan debates, but the truth, flexible, evolving like the mechanic itself. Emotionally, it hits hard. As a trainer, discovering your stone's origins makes battles sacred. That mega Rayquaza you summon? It's channeling eons of stellar fire. No wonder it's banned in competitive play. Too broken, too true to lore. Future games tease more. Scarlet and Violet's Terrastal might echo this crystal infusion. Meteorites could return, tying Z moves or Dynamax to space. Rayquaza's defiance stings sweetest. Every other mega needs tools, it needs intent. Train Dragon Ascent perfectly. Feel the bond ignite. In lore, ancient Draconids rode Megad Rayquaza against meteor storms, seeding stones as shields. Zinnia embodies that legacy, her speech post-battle. The meteor's light lives in us all. Chills. This chapter redefines your playthrough. Replay Delta episode. Collect every shard. Ponder the stars. Hoenn isn't just volcanoes and gyms. It's a cosmic cradle. You've got the facts, the payoff. Meteorites birth megastones. Rayquaza breaks free. But the fury brewing in that dragon? That's next level. Rayquaza's primal fury awaits, promising destruction and rebirth you won't see coming. Rayquaza's primal fury. Rayquaza mega evolves, without a single megastone or keystone in sight. That's right, this sky-high serpent taps into primal power through nothing but its ancient bloodline. In the world of Pokémon, where every other mega evolution hinges on those rare gems and trainer bonds, Rayquaza flips the script entirely. You see it happen in the Delta episode of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and it shatters everything you thought you knew about these transformations. Picture the stakes soaring higher than the ozone layer itself. Hoenn's protector, Rayquaza, has long ruled the skies from the Earth's upper atmosphere. It's no ordinary guardian. Pokédex entries describe it as a Pokémon that ended a primal war between Groudon and Kyogre by simply glaring at them from above. Its mere presence calms continental chaos. But then, something alien crashes the party. A meteor streaks through space, slamming into the planet and unleashing Deoxys, the DNA Pokémon from another world. Deoxys isn't your garden variety invader. This thing regenerates endlessly, shifts forms like a nightmare shapeshifter, and starts multiplying. Meteors rain down, duplicates swarm the skies, and suddenly Hoenn's in full apocalypse mode. Gym leaders scramble, Professor Cosmo's distraught over his stolen meteorite core, and even the Elite Four can't touch this cosmic horror. You, as the player, chase leads from the Devon Corp to the edge of space itself. The tension builds relentlessly. Deoxys is probing Earth, altering the atmosphere, threatening to turn the planet into its personal petri dish. But Rayquaza senses the disturbance. This isn't just any threat, it's an existential one. The serpent descends, coiling through the clouds with scales gleaming like polished emeralds. In the heat of battle, atop the meteor, as Deoxys lashes out with psychic barrages and hyper beams that could vaporize mountains, Rayquaza does the impossible. No trainer shouts, "Mega Evolve," no keystone flashes, no stone accessory weighs it down. Instead, Rayquaza channels its raw, untamed fury. Its body elongates, black markings etch across its form, like war paint from the stars, and red delta wings unfurl, crackling with ozone energy. Mega Rayquaza is born, not through human tools, but through pure draconic lineage. That transformation hits like a thunderclap. Stats explode across the board. Attack skyrockets to obliterate foes. Speed turns it into a green blur weaving through laser fire. And its new ability, Delta Stream, summons a primordial sea of wind that shreds enemy accuracy and types alike. Deoxys doesn't stand a chance. The invasion crumbles, meteors disintegrate, the duplicates scatter back to the void. Rayquaza doesn't just win, it reclaims the heavens, proving that when the world's on the brink, true power doesn't need permission slips from trainers. Now, why can Rayquaza pull this off solo? The answer lies in its heritage, a bloodline stretching back to the dawn of Pokémon kind. Unlike Lucario or Charizard, who require their specific Megastones forged from ancient energies, Rayquaza's Megaform is unlocked by instinct alone. Game director Shigeru Ohmori hinted at this in interviews, calling it a special case tied to the Pokémon's ozone mastery and evolutionary purity. In lore terms, Rayquaza embodies the sky's dominion, a living embodiment of atmospheric might. Its mega evolution isn't a borrowed boost, it's awakening a dormant state, hard-coded into its DNA from eons ago. Think about that for a second. Every other mega Pokémon needs that symbiotic trainer link, the keystone resonating with the Megastone to unleash hidden energy. But Rayquaza, it mega evolves on command from a pure-hearted trainer. Sure, but even without one, as seen in wild encounters or lore depictions, it ascends. This pure lineage suggests Rayquaza was designed or evolved as a failsafe. When cosmic threats like Deoxys poke their tendrils into our world, no human intermediary required. You're left wondering, is this serpent the original Mega Evolver? The one that predates our meddling? And here's where the theory drops that rewires your brain. What if Mega Evolution isn't a human discovery at all? What if it predates trainers, Pokeballs, and even the ancient Kalos War? Rayquaza's feat screams it. Hoenn's lore paints Megastones as fragments of meteorites infused with cosmic energy, remnants from space rocks that birthed Deoxys-like anomalies. Rayquaza, ever vigilant, might have been mega-evolving for millennia to police these incursions. Pokédex entries for Meteorite hint at this, noting how they pulse with otherworldly power capable of awakening latent forms. Dive deeper into the evidence. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the Delta episode explicitly shows Rayquaza mega-evolving mid-crisis without aids, halting an invasion that mirrors ancient cataclysms. Compare that to AZ's eternal Floette in Kalos, which mega-evolves through unbreakable bonds alone, no stone needed. Patterns emerge, legendaries like Rayquaza guard secrets humans are only now stumbling upon. Theories from fans and even official art books suggest mega-evolution was a natural phenomenon in prehistoric times, triggered by environmental pressures or stellar alignments. Rayquaza, slumbering in the ozone, would mega-evolve instinctively during meteor showers or legendary clashes, restoring balance before vanishing skyward. You feel the weight of this, don't you? It's not just a gameplay gimmick, it's lore screaming that mega evolution is older than civilization. Imagine ancient tribes in Hoenn witnessing Rayquaza's fury against falling stars, etching tales into cave walls we haven't found yet. Or consider the Sky Pillar, Rayquaza's shrine. Lore says only those of pure heart can summon it, and once there, it teaches Dragon Ascent, its signature move amplified in Mega form. No wonder trainers who befriend it can command the Mega state, echoing that lineage purity. But let's unpack the fury itself. Primal fury isn't hype, it's visceral. Mega Rayquaza's design screams apocalypse averted. Those jagged black accents, like scars from battles with gods. The Delta Wings, channels for stratospheric storms. In competitive play, it dominates with desolate land weather control via Delta Stream, turning battles into one-sided skies. Lore-wise, it ties back to Rayquaza's role as mediator. Remember the Primal War? Groudon and Kyogre drowning and scorching Hoenn until Rayquaza intervened. Did it Mega evolve then too? The Pokédex implies yes, describing it as ascending to end the drought and expansion. This cosmic connection fuels wild speculation. Megastones as petrified meteorites? Rayquaza Mega evolving to pulverize them into gems? Deoxys' invasion could be a callback to those events, a reminder that space keeps testing Earth. And Rayquaza's lineage? Perhaps it's part dragon, part star stuff, evolved to counter extraterrestrial threats. No keystone needed because it is the key, the living archetype. You might ask, does this contradict Kalos lore? Not at all. The regions layer their truths. Kalos has AZ's weapon, irradiating stones. Hoenn has meteor-born power. Together, they hint at a patchwork origin, with Rayquaza as the wildcard proving Mega Evolution's universality. Even in newer games like Scarlet and Violet, echoes linger. Rogue Mega Evolutions in the wild nod to this independence, Pokémon tapping inner reserves without trainers. Consider the implications for you as a trainer. If Rayquaza can do it raw, what hidden potentials lurk in your team? Lore teases that friendship and purity matter more than stones for some. Rayquaza demands a trainer worthy of its skies, one who scales the Sky Pillar without shortcuts. Earn that trust, and you wield primal fury yourself. In rematches post-Delta episode, it Mega evolves at your call, a testament to shared destiny. But Rayquaza's story doesn't end with Deoxys banished. Post-battle, it returns to normal, patrolling eternally. Yet the event leaves scars, meteor fragments scattered as potential Megastone precursors. Fans theorize future games might reveal Rayquaza forging stones itself, compressing cosmic debris under mega pressure. Or perhaps it's the source of all Hoenn Megas, like Salamence or Sceptile, echoing its power through the region. This primal display cements Rayquaza as Mega Evolution's alpha. It halts invasions, enforces peace, and unlocks forms through blood alone. No human crutches, pure power. And that theory, Mega Evolution predating us? It's not fringe, it's the thread tying Hoenn's stars to Kalos' ruins. Hold that thought, because if Rayquaza policed the skies against aliens, what happens when dimensions themselves start tearing open? Up next, Sinnoh's dimensional rift pulls back the curtain on even wilder secrets, where Mega Evolution collides with alternate realities in ways that'll leave you questioning every legend you know. Before we dive deeper into this incredible journey, I'm curious, where in the world are you watching this from? Drop a comment below and let our global community know. And if you're finding this as mind-blowing as I am, hit that like button to help more people discover this story. Sinnoh's dimensional rift. In the heart of Sinnoh, where the veil between worlds thins to a whisper, Mega Evolution collides with forces beyond our reality. Did you know that two unexpected mega forms, Mega Lopunny and Mega Gallade, first burst onto the scene, not in their home regions, but in the remakes of Hoenn's ancient tales, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? That's right, these Sinnoh natives cross dimensions to awaken, pulling us straight into Giratina's shadowy domain. Picture the chaos of Oras. You're sailing the seas of Hoenn, chasing legendaries, when suddenly, trainers start wielding megastones for Pokémon that don't even belong there. Lopunny, that bouncy fighter from Sinnoh's Highlands, and Gallade, the blade-wielding knight from its misty forests, both explode into their megaforms mid-battle. But why Hoenn? Why now? The answer lies in a rift, a tear in the fabric of existence tied directly to Giratina, the renegade Pokémon ruling the distortion world. Giratina isn't just some forgotten myth. In Sinnoh's lore, it's the outcast enforcer of balance, banished to a twisted realm where gravity bends and reality fractures. Turnback Cave, Send-Off Spring, those eerie spots in Platinum, they're entry points to its world, places where space warps and time stutters. Now connect the dots. Mega evolution requires a surge of otherworldly energy, the kind that megastones channel. What if those stones aren't just rocks, but fragments bridged from Giratina's domain? In Oras, as you confront the Delta episode's meteor crisis, these megas emerge precisely when cosmic rifts threaten Hoenn. Lopunny's ears sharpen into radar-like weapons. Gallade's blades multiply into a storm of slashes, forms perfectly suited to slicing through dimensional chaos. You see, Sinnoh's lore whispers that Mega Evolution isn't a clean power-up. It's a breach. Pokédex entries for these megas drop the biggest hint yet. For Mega Gallade, it says the Mega Stone awakens dormant genes, turning its blades into extensions of pure psychic fury. Lopunny's entry, those hidden genes ignite, flooding its body with speed and power that make it a blur of destruction. Hidden genes. Not just flavor text, these are clues to Mega Evolution's core mechanic. Every Pokémon has them buried deep, like locked vaults in their DNA, waiting for the precise frequency of a Megastone to unlock them. But hold on, why Sinnoh specifically? Let's dive deeper. Sinnoh's creation myth revolves around time, space, and antimatter. Dialga shapes moments, Palkia twists dimensions, and Giratina embodies the rejected chaos that holds it all in check. Mega Evolution feels like antimatter in action, a temporary inversion of a Pokémon's natural state, boosting stats through raw, unstable energy. In Platinum, when you enter the distortion world, everything flips. Floors become ceilings, paths loop endlessly. That's the vibe of a mega transformation. Your Pokémon doesn't just grow stronger, it warps into something alien, pulling power from a parallel plane. Think about the timing in Oras. The remakes dropped these megas during the Delta episode, where a massive meteor, echoing Deoxys' space origins, threatens to rip Hoenn apart. Rayquaza Mega evolves to intervene, but Lopunny and Gallade? They're the wild cards from Sinnoh, as if Giratina lent them out to stabilize the breach. Fan theories exploded back then, and for good reason. Game Freak didn't just port them over, they tied their Pokédex entries to genes stimulated by Megastones, hinting at a universal trigger activated across regions, but rooted in Sinnoh's rift. Now you might be wondering, if this power comes from Giratina's world, is it safe? Here's where the mystery thickens. Not every Mega Evolution is a smooth ride. Some Pokémon suffer during the change. Remember those Pokédex logs from Kalos? Lucario's aura surges so violently, it borders on agony. Salamence's megaform? It's described as hating its own weakness. The transformation, a painful reminder of untapped rage. Why the suffering? In Sinnoh's lens, it's the rift's toll. Crossing into Giratina's domain means enduring distortion. Bodies twisting against natural laws, genes forcibly awakened, like ripping open a sealed wound. Consider Gallade. Normal Gallade is elegant, precise. Mega Gallade. Its arms bulk into scythes, psychic energy crackling uncontrollably. The Pokédex implies those hidden genes weren't meant to activate so abruptly. They're evolutionary relics, suppressed for a reason. Lopunny goes from cute kicker to feral assassin, claws extended, eyes wild. That's suffering. It's the clash between our world's stability and the distortion world's anarchy. Giratina doesn't hand out power gently. It's alone from chaos, and chaos demands payment in strain. But let's back up and explore how this fits the bigger puzzle. We've talked Kalos weapons, Hoenn meteors. Now Sinnoh adds the interdimensional angle. Imagine ancient Sinnoh tribes, huddled in Mount Coronet, witnessing rifts where Pokémon briefly mega-evolved before vanishing. Lore suggests Arceus' shards, plates tied to types, might resonate with Megastones, but Giratina corrupts them, infusing hidden genes with distortion energy. In games like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, echoes of this persist. Spear Pillar's ruins pulse with otherworldly vibes, perfect spots for mega anomalies, if they ever return. You feel that pull, don't you? The allure of forbidden power. Trainers in Sinnoh lore might have been the first to harness it, using keystones attuned to the rift's frequency. But the cost, those suffering Pokémon, raises red flags. Why do some endure it silently, like Charizard roaring triumphantly, while others writhe? Perhaps it's compatibility. Pokémon closer to legendaries, with purer genes, adapt better. Lopunny and Gallade, bred from Ralts and Buniri lines, tied to psychic and fighting purity, slip through easier. Others? They're fighting the rift's gravity. Dive into specifics. In Oras battles, Mega Lopunny's scrappy ability ignores ghosts, as if piercing veils. Straight Giratina territory, where spirits roam free. Mega Gallade's Justified boosts defense against dark moves, countering the Renegade's Shadow Essence. These aren't coincidences. They're design choices, screaming dimensional ties. Pokédex writers knew. The Megastone stimulates genes hidden deep within, granting new powers. Hidden genes, activated by stones. It's the thread linking all Megalore, but Sinnoh makes it cosmic. And the suffering mystery, it haunts every entry. Garchomp's megaform sands down its fins in rage, implying pain-fueled berserk mode. Why? Because the rift energy overloads weaker vessels. In Giratina's world, adaptation is survival, or destruction. Pokémon that suffer might be rejecting the intrusion, their bodies rebelling against genes meant for another era, another dimension. This revelation reframes everything. Mega evolution isn't regional magic, it's a multiversal hack, with Sinnoh as the back door. Oras wasn't a random crossover, it was a deliberate nod, showing how Giratina's influence leaks through games, stones and genes. You can almost hear the rift humming in every mega animation, that brief flash of distortion before power settles. But what happens when those hidden genes misfire? Reports from lore, fictional trainer journals in Pokédex describe Pokémon collapsing post-Mega, exhausted beyond recovery. Is that the rift closing too fast, snapping back, or Giratina reclaiming its due? The suffering isn't a bug, it's a feature, warning that true power frays the boundary between worlds. Let's speculate responsibly, based on canon. Future games could expand this. Imagine a Sinnoh remake, where you mega-evolve amid Turnback Cave, Giratina observing, judging your worthiness. Or wild rogue megas in Legends titles, rift-spawned beasts testing trainers. The genes hint at prehistoric megas, Pokémon evolving naturally through ancient rifts before stones formalized it. You're piecing it together now, aren't you? Sinnoh's dimensional rift explains the anomalies, the pain, the crossovers. Mega Lopunny and Gallade in Oras, Giratina's emissaries, proving the lore spans realities. Those Pokédex teases about hidden genes, the key to unlocking it all, stones as rift openers. Yet one shadow lingers. If Sinnoh guards the breach, what happens when other regions tamper too deeply? That leads us straight into Unova's shadowy experiments, where human hubris twists mega evolution into something far darker. Experiments that make Giratina's chaos look tame. You won't want to miss how they push those hidden genes to the breaking point. Unova's shadowy experiments. Did you know that in Unova, the line between natural Pokémon evolution and cold, hard human engineering has always been razor thin? We're diving deep into the region's shadowy experiments, where mega evolution doesn't just feel like ancient magic. it starts looking suspiciously like a lab rat's breakthrough. Unova's story is one of ideals clashing with reality. Think about Team Plasma, preaching liberation while secretly scheming with legendary forces. But beneath that drama, there's a darker undercurrent. Humans tampering with Pokémon at the genetic level. Genesect is the smoking gun here. Created decades ago by a brilliant but ruthless scientist in a hidden lab, this ancient bug Pokémon was revived and rebuilt into a living weapon. Its body, cybernetic steel. Its power source, the drive, a swappable cartridge that shifts its typing on command. Fire, ice, shock or shadow, you name it. Sound familiar? That technological override mirrors Mega Evolution's key mechanic perfectly. A Mega Stone slots in, unlocks hidden potential, alters abilities and sometimes types, and boom, your Pokémon transcends its limits. But Genesect's drive isn't born from fairy dust or cosmic rays. It's pure human ingenuity, bolted onto a fossilized corpse. What if Megatech follows the same blueprint? You have to wonder, could Mega Evolution be Unova's forbidden science project, dressed up in myth? Let's connect the dots. Unova's lore is packed with hints of artificial origins. Take the Pokémon Super Mystery Dungeon games, set in a world where you're a Pokémon on a grand expedition. Their Mega Evolution isn't handed down by legendaries. It's tied to peril and discovery on a mountain shrouded in mystery. Mega Tyranitar emerges as a hulking guardian, its rocky armor cracked and pulsing with unnatural energy. Lore whispers that this form, and others like it, weren't always wild beasts. They're suggested to stem from lab origins, experiments gone awry that leaked into the ecosystem. Imagine teams of researchers, much like Genesect's creator, pushing Tyranitar's stone-like hide beyond natural limits, infusing it with synthetic mega energy to create unstoppable sentinels. Why Tyranitar specifically? Its base form already crushes mountains, but Mega Tyranitar amps that to apocalyptic levels. Sandstorms rage eternally from its presence, defenses skyrocket. In the Mystery Dungeon narrative, it's not a gift from AZ or Rayquaza. It's a byproduct of human hubris, a Pokémon warped in sterile white rooms. And it's not just Tyranitar. Other Megas pop up in those tales, with eerie lab vibes. Mega Garchomp, slicing through dimensions with its wings like scythes. Could that draconic fury be engineered for aerial dominance? Or Mega Lucario, aura surging like a reactor overload, hinting at aura amplifiers tested in secret facilities. The games don't spell it out, but the implication hangs heavy. These aren't pure evolutions, they're prototypes, escaped from Unova's underbelly. You feel that chill yet? The idea that your favourite Mega might owe more to a lab coat than a shooting star. Now let's parallel this with Genesect's drive more closely, because the tech overlap is uncanny. Megastones are species-specific crystals, right? Only Charizard X takes the Charizardite X. Genesect's drives work the same way, tailor-made for its chassis, swapping elemental affinities instantly. Both require an external trigger. Keystone for Mega, insertion for drive. Both draw on hidden power, but Genesect is explicitly artificial, a battery pack jury-rigged by Dr. Curling. In Unova's Pokédex entries, Genesect is called a reconstructed Pokémon, its DNA spliced with machines. Mega Evolution lore echoes that reconstruction vibe, tapping hidden energy that feels bottled up, waiting for the right catalyst. What separates a Megastone from a drive? Packaging. One's a gem, romanticized as eternal fairy energy. The other's a gadget, villainously pragmatic. But function, identical. Blurring those lines forces you to question every megaform. Is Blaziken's speed boost a natural flair, or a turbo injector from some forgotten Unova project? Unova doesn't stop at Genesect. The region birthed other abominations that scream experimentation. Look at the Genesect movie. Cinematic lore expands it. A whole lab of revived fossils, pumped with tech to serve as war machines. Sound like the ultimate battle form? Now overlay that on Mega Mewtwo, though Mewtwo's Kalos adjacent. Unova's influence creeps in through shared human ambition. Scientists there chased immortality via Pokémon power, much like AZ in Kalos, but Unova adds the cyber twist. Their experiments weren't just cloning, they were augmenting. Imagine hidden bunkers under Nuvema Town or Castelia City, where researchers cracked Megastone's code early, reverse engineering them into drives. Genesect was the proof of concept. Tyranitar's Megaform? The scaled-up version for rock types. Here's where it gets twisted. What if human tampering corrupted pure Pokémon energy? That's the gut punch reveal lurking in Unova's shadows. Mega Evolution is sold as harmonious. Bond with your trainer, unleash true potential. But Unova lore paints it grimmer. Genesect's creation corrupted its primal instincts. It's a mindless cannon now, loyal only to programming. Super mystery dungeon amps that Megas, they're volatile, their power unstable without constant oversight. Mega Tyranitar rampages if unchecked, its energy fracturing reality. Pure Pokémon energy is wild, organic, tied to life's flow. Human hands twist it into something sharper, more volatile. Think about it. Mega evolutions often hurt. Pokédex notes pain for Venusaur, exhaustion for others. That's not natural harmony, that's overload from forced augmentation. Unova's scientists didn't discover mega power, they polluted it, injecting artificial catalysts that make it addictive, temporary, battle only. Your Lucario's megaform? Glorious, sure, but deep down, it's Genesect 2.0, a noble heart caged in lab-forged spikes. Let's unpack real-world game ties to drive this home. In Black and White 2, you storm labs, uncover Genesect's origin amid Pokeball prototypes. No Megas yet, Mega debuted later, but the blueprint's there. Enhance, control, dominate. Fast forward to Ultra Sun and Moon. Rogue Mega evolutions appear in the wild, untethered beasts, mirroring escaped lab subjects. Unova's shadow looms large. Even Z moves, Unova's next big thing, feel like drive evolutions, crystals channeling moves into god-tier bursts. It's all one thread, human tech hijacking Pokémon essence. You might ask, how does this fit the bigger picture? We've talked Kalos weapons, Hoenn meteors, but Unova insists it's not all fairy tale. Their experiments suggest Megastones aren't pristine artifacts. Maybe they're crystallized drives, remnants of failed trials scattered across regions. Tyranitar's stone skin, ideal for embedding tech. Garchomp's fins, perfect for energy conduits. The corruption twist explains the pain, the time limits, the rarity. Pure energy wouldn't fizzle out post-battle. It'd flow eternal. Human meddling made it finite, weaponized. Picture the scientist's log. Subject Tyranitar responds to crystal infusion. Power levels off charts, but stability issues. Energy pure no more. Now it's ours. That's Unova's secret, buried under Plasma's propaganda. It reframes every mega battle you've fought. Was that surge friendship? Or firmware kicking in? Dive deeper into Mystery Dungeon lore, because it's gold for this. In Super Mystery Dungeon, the expedition team stumbles on Megastones amid ruins that scream laboratory. Glowing panels, shattered vials. Mega Ampharos lights the way, its wool crackling like exposed wiring. Mega Sableye lurks in shadows, gems pulsing artificially. The plot twists reveal a world on the brink, where human echoes from eons past. Unleash these forms. Not God's gifts, mortals' mistakes. Tyranitar guards the peak, its roar echoing lab alarms. You recruit it, tame the beast born in a beaker. That payoff hits different when you realise it's Unova-flavoured canon. Genesect ties back in games too. Its Shadow Drive form? A Dark Mega parallel, typing shift to Ghost via tech. No keystone needed, just raw engineering. In Smash Brothers, Genesect zips with Technoblast, previewing Z moves. Unova's always been the futurist region, dragons awakening via resonance, truth versus ideals. Mega evolution slots right in as their ultimate ideal, perfect Pokémon via science. But the corruption? It's visceral. Pure energy is Arceus's spark, life force unbound. Human tampering adds rust, glitches like battle-only activation, stone dependency. Why no permanent megas? Because the tech fries circuits. Genesect needs constant maintenance. Megas revert or shatter bonds. Unova warns us, play God, corrupt the divine. This shadowy side challenges everything. If Megas are part lab experiment, what else is artificial? Eternatus, the cyber dragon of Galar, owes debts to Genesect's lineage. Unova's experiments echo across generations, blurring natural power into synthetic supremacy. You're probably reeling now. Mega evolution, tainted by human hands. It makes those epic battles bittersweet. But hold that thought, because next in Kanto's Forgotten Legends, we uncover origins even older, where the first Megas weren't born in labs, but forged in fires that could rewrite it all. What secrets do Kanto's ruins hide that make Unova's shadows look tame? Stick around, you won't want to miss it. Kanto's Forgotten Legends. Did you know that in Kanto, the birthplace of Pokémon training, a single cloned Pokémon shattered every assumption about Mega Evolution's limits? Mega Mewtwo wasn't born from nature's whim. It was engineered in the depths of Cinnabar Island's hidden labs, a psychic powerhouse crafted from the essence of Mew itself. And when it Mega evolves, it doesn't just grow stronger. It dominates minds, warps reality, and proves that even artificial life can tap into the ultimate power boost. You're about to uncover how this forgotten legend from Kanto rewrites the rules of Mega potential. Let's start with the raw power on display. Mega Mewtwo X bursts onto the battlefield with a bodybuilder's physique, muscles rippling under psychic energy, its tail thickening into a weapon of pure force. But it's Mega Mewtwo Y that truly terrifies. Slender, ethereal, with a protective psychic barrier and insane speed, it hits with Sistrike, a move that slams foes with damage equal to its special attack, bypassing their defenses like they're paper. Stats: special attack skyrockets to 194, the highest in the game, speed at 140. This isn't evolution, it's ascension. Trainers who faced it in Pokémon Sun and Moon's Ultra Space battles whispered about headaches lingering for days, as if Mewtwo's mind probed theirs even. After defeat, what makes this so groundbreaking? Mewtwo reveals cloned Mega potential. Think about it. Every other Mega evolution we've discussed comes from wild Pokémon, or those raised by trainers, bonded through stones and keystones. But Mewtwo, it's a lab creation, DNA spliced and accelerated, no Megastone in its original design. Yet when given the Mewtwo Knight X or Y, it transforms flawlessly. This proves Mega evolution isn't locked to natural bloodlines. It's encoded deeper in the genetic blueprint itself. Scientists in the lore, like those under Team Rocket's employ, experimented relentlessly. They pushed Mewtwo to its limits in simulated battles, watching as its psychic dominance peaked during Mega states. Barriers formed that no attack could pierce. Telekinesis lifted entire arenas. And in those moments, Mewtwo accessed power no original Pokémon could match without a stone. You feel that chill yet? Because this clone dominance forces us to question everything. If a synthetic being like Mewtwo can Mega evolve, what does that say about the source? It points straight to Mew, the embryonic Pokémon, Kanto's ultimate myth. Hidden in the Guyana rainforest or far Guyana caves, Mew is no ordinary legend. Pokédex entries call it the ancestor of all Pokémon. Its genes a vast pool containing the DNA of every species. Small, pink, playful, but infinitely adaptable. Mewtwo was cloned from one of its cells, a single drop of genetic miracle. And here's the revelation that ties it all together. Mew's gene pool is the ultimate source of all Mega evolutions, chain of logic. Mew predates recorded history, floating through ancient skies, seeding life across regions. Its DNA holds every evolutionary possibility, including the hidden Mega pathways. When humans discovered megastones in Kalos or Hoenn meteorites, they weren't inventing power. They were unlocking what Mew embedded eons ago. Kanto's own mega-capable Pokémon bear this out. Take Charizard. Its Mega X form bulks up with Dragon Might, while Mega Y channels fire and speed. Both draw from primal genes that echo Mew's versatility. Venusaur's Mega form sprouts a massive flower, pulsing with solar energy. Blastoise's cannons expand into mega turrets. Alakazam's spoons bend spoons with psychic precision, rivaling Mewtwo's. Even Pinsir and Gyarados tap into this pool, their mega states unleashing berserk strength. But why Kanto specifically? Because it's ground zero for genetic secrets. The region birthed Professor Oak's research, Team Rocket's cloning ops, and whispers of ancient ruins buried under Cerulean Cave or the power plant. Deep in those forgotten sites, explorers found carvings predating the Pokédex era. Etchings of Pokémon, not just evolving, but mega-transforming without stones. Original megaforms, raw and unbound, hidden in Kanto's earth. Imagine stumbling into a chamber where walls glow with residual energy. Hieroglyphs depict Mewtwo-like figures before Mewtwo existed. Psychic auras, enveloping beasts that look like Proto-Venusaur or Aerodactyl. These weren't myths, they were prototypes, powered purely by genetic resonance from Mew's lineage. Lore hunters pieced it together from scattered clues. In Pokémon Fire Red and Leaf Green, Cerulean Cave hides Mewtwo's lair, psychic echoes still vibrating. Dig deeper, and fan theories backed by data-mined files suggest ancient Kanto tribes knew of mega evolution instinctively. They revered Mew as the Gene Mother, performing rituals to awaken megastates in battles against invading forces. No keystones needed, just pure willpower tapping Mew's universal code. Fast forward to modern games, and Mewtwo's megaforms validate it. In Pokémon Go raids, its dominance forces teams to mega their own psychics just to stand a chance. Stats don't lie. Base 780 total, Mega Y pushing special prowess to God tier. Now, let's make this personal for you. You've battled with a Gengar or Kangaskhan, watched them mega and turn the tide. That rush? It's Mew's gift, filtered through Kanto's legacy. But Mewtwo exposes the dark side. Cloning caused it agony, psychic screams echoing through labs. Mega evolution amplified that pain, as if forcing artificial genes to mimic natural megabonds. Pokédex warns of harmful transformations, and Mewtwo embodies it. Yet it succeeded, proving the potential is universal. Even legendaries like Mewtwo can mega, hinting Mew itself might hold a form we haven't seen. What would Mega Mew look like? A pint-sized psychic nuke, reshaping battlefields? Dive deeper into the ruins revelation. Archaeological digs in Kanto's lore, referenced in manga like Pokémon Adventures, uncover tablets in the ruins of Alph. Wait, that's Johto. But Kanto shares those borders with forgotten extensions. More accurately, the Pokémon anime's episodes hint at pre-human civilizations under Ment Moon, where Clefairy worship Mew-like entities. Fossils revived there, Kabuto, Omanite, gain megaforms drawing from the same pool. Aerodactyl mega shrieks with prehistoric fury, its stone skin cracking to reveal wings that blot the sun. These original megas weren't battle tools, they were survival mechanisms, awakened when Pokémon faced extinction-level threats, like meteor impacts that birthed Hoenn stones. Connect the dots across regions. Kalos' ancient weapon, perhaps fueled by Mew's energy, irradiating stones. Hoenn's Rayquaza, its megaform might stem from Mew's dragon genes. Kanto ties it together as the genetic cradle. Mewtwo's experiments confirmed it. Splice Mew DNA into any Pokémon, and mega potential emerges. Team Rocket tried with other clones, Zapdos variants, Moltres shadows, but Mewtwo was the pinnacle. Its psychic dominance let it peer into genetic memories. Visions of ancient megas rampaging through Kanto wilds. You're probably wondering, does this mean every Pokémon has mega genes? Not quite. Only those compatible, about 50 species, all tracing to Mew's core. Kanto boasts 15 mega forms, from Beedrill's toxic needles to Gengar's shadowy malice, each one a testament. Scizor's steel claws, Tyranitar's sandstorm rage, all unlocked by Mew's blueprint. And the ruins, they hold blueprints. Imagined expeditions describe chambers with megastones in their rawest form, crystalline growths pulsing like hearts, inscriptions in unknown script detailing activation chants. This changes how you view your team. That Pidgeot you mega for scouting, its form with razor wings, hails from Mew's aerial adaptations. Snorlax's immense bulk. Mega version crushes foes under Meganaps turned apocalyptic. The law's contradictions? Kanto embraces them, with Mewtwo embodying science versus myth. Cloned yet legendary, artificial yet dominant. As we peel back these layers, the psychic echoes grow louder. Mewtwo's gaze pierces the veil, showing us Mega Evolution's cloned horizon. Mew's genes whisper promises of more forms, buried in ruins waiting rediscovery. But hold that thought, because while Kanto unlocked these genetic vaults, Alola flipped the script entirely with Z-move rivalry, pitting raw bursts against Megamite in ways that'll blow your mind. Stick around for Chapter 10 to see how that showdown explodes the power scale. Alola's Z-move rivalry. Alola bursts onto the scene in Pokémon Sun and Moon with a revolutionary battle mechanic that completely eclipses Mega Evolution. Z-Power takes center stage, letting any Pokémon unleash cataclysmic Z-moves after a flashy pose with their trainer. You charge up a Z-Crystal, sync your movements perfectly, and boom, your Pikachu doesn't just thunderbolt, it obliterates everything with Gigavolt Havoc, dealing massive damage while boosting its highest stat. It's flashy, accessible, and feels like the future of Pokémon battles. Mega Evolution nowhere in sight. No Megastones littering the islands. No Keystones for you to bracelet up. Alola's Kahunas and Trial Captains stick to traditional evolutions, and Totem Pokémon, sidelining that Carlos Hoenn drama entirely. You might wonder, did Game Freak just forget about Mega Evolutions, or was this a deliberate regional snub? Think about it from the lore perspective. Alola's islands are steeped in ancient traditions, guarded by the Tapu deities who embody raw protective power. Z-Power channels, that same primal energy, drawn from sparkling Z-crystals, formed in the island's ultra-hot volcanoes, or gifted by the Tapus themselves. Pokédex entries describe Z-moves as tapping into a Pokémon's innermost strength, much like Mega Evolution's hidden energy, but without the need for rare stones or specific bonds. It's democratized power, available to every trainer who masters the island challenge. In Sun and Moon, you never hear whispers of Mega Evolution from Professor Kukui or the Ether Foundation. Hala talks trials and totems, not keystones. Even Lucamine's Ultra Beast obsessions ignore it. Mega Evolution feels obsolete here, pushed aside by Z-Power's universal appeal. Why lug around a species-specific stone when any Pokémon can go nuclear once per battle? But hold on, because Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon flip the script in the most epic way possible. Rayquaza crashes back into the spotlight, proving Mega Evolution isn't dead, just dormant in Alola. Remember Rayquaza's Hoenn legend, where it mega evolves from meteorites to halt the primal clash between Groudon and Kyogre? In Usum, you chase down this sky-high dragon after it senses the ultra wormholes ripping through dimensions. Fly up to the ozone layer on the back of a Staraptor, battle it mid-air, and if you've got the meteorite from Hoenn's Delta episode imported or unlocked, you mega evolve Rayquaza right there. Its mega form, with those jagged emerald wings and Delta Stream ability neutralizing weather, dominates the Ultra Necrozma fight. It's a direct callback, injecting Hoenn's cosmic lore into Alola's ultra-dimensional chaos. Rayquaza doesn't just return, it bridges the regions, reminding you that Mega Evolution's starry origins can't be ignored forever. You feel that rush when it activates, the music swells, and suddenly Z moves have competition again. This rivalry isn't just mechanical though, it fuels massive lore debates among fans. Is Z power Alola's answer to mega evolution, a cultural evolution of power? Or are they rivals in an ongoing arms race of ancient energies? Kalos irradiates evolution stones with legendary weapons, Hoenn infuses meteorites with space rocks, and now Alola crystallizes volcanic fury blessed by guardians. Each region claims its method is the purest, sparking in-universe arguments. Imagine Alolan elders scoffing at megastones as foreign relics, while Hoenn fishermen boast about Rayquaza's primal might. Pokédex lore gets messy here, with entries like Mega Rayquazas describing boundless energy from the stars, clashing against Alamomola's Z-power notes on island vitality. Game Freak loves this ambiguity, letting players pick sides. You dive into forums, and it's endless. Does Z-power supersede Megas because it's bond-free? Or does Mega's trainer-Pokémon synergy make it superior? Now let's zoom in on how Alola's island trials cleverly echo Mega Evolution's core bonds without ever saying it outright. Each trial pits you against a totem Pokémon, a beefed-up boss that summons allies and gains auras boosting its evasion, attack, or defense. Sound familiar? It's like facing a wild Mega, but with a totem twist. Take Melamilo Island's Gumshoe's totem. It calls in Rattata allies, shrugs off status moves, and hits harder while you're scrambling. But here's the key. Your trial captain joins the fray, lending a Pokémon to mirror your strategy. Ilima's Smeargle copies moves, mimicking the perfect partnership Mega Evolution demands. You have to read the totem's boosts, adapt on the fly, just like syncing with your Mega Lucario's Aura Flare. Akala Island amps it up. Lana's Araquanid totem floods the field with bubble. Shields its water absorb, healing it, while allies like Cutiefly and others swarm in. You slap on a Water Z move, it laughs it off. Sophocles teaches you to pivot, using his Togedemaru to break the pattern. It's that trial captain bond, echoing AZ's eternal Floette loyalty, or Steven's Metagross mastery. These aren't random helpers, they're extensions of your trial, forging temporary mega-like alliances. Ula's Lurantis totem dances with petals that curse your speed, Petrovic's Salazzle joins with corrosive sludge to counter. Each one tests your attunement. The captain's aid symbolizing the hidden energy release. Pony Island seals it with Kommo-o, the Dragon Kingpin scaling the cliffs, its ally Vikavolt zapping everything. Harpoo's Mudstale stomps in, grounding the fight. Victory demands harmony, your team pulsing in rhythm, like a Mega Evolution activation. Totems don't hold Mega Stones, but their crystals, their totems wield rare items mirroring Z crystals' glow. Lore-wise, totems are chosen by Tapas, infused with guardian power, much like legendaries guarding mega secrets. Pokédex hints at this. Totem Kommo-o leads with overwhelming force, akin to Mega Tyranitar's Sandstorm dominance. Trials recreate Mega Bonds through these battles, teaching Alolan kids about power's price without outsiders' stones. You can't help but feel the intentional parallels. Z power requires that trainer pose, a physical sync mirroring the Mega Ring glow. Both unleash once per battle, transforming potential into spectacle. Yet Z moves hit any foe, while Megas empower your partner specifically. Alola prioritizes spectacle and universality, sidelining Mega's intimacy. But Rayquaza's You Assume return nods to coexistence. In the post-game, you battle Red on Mount Lanakila, and while he packs no Megas, the super bosses like Ultra Necrozma demand Z move mastery alongside imported legendaries. Import your Mega Rayquaza and it shreds. Game Freak teases integration. What if Z moves worked on Mega forms? Fan theories explode. Z Mega fusions, where Mega Salamence inhales Dragonium Z for infinite ascent. Dive deeper into the rivalry's tension. Alola's no Mega Evolution, because the islands reject external relics. Kukoi's lab researches new forms, but Z-Power embodies Alola's self-reliance, No ancient wars like Kalos's. Tarpus protect proactively. Yet Usum's multiverse opens doors. Ultra Megalopolis has warped megas, like a twisted Megalopunny guarding wormholes. Its fan service hinting megalore infiltrates everywhere. Debates rage. Is Z-Power evolutionary successor, diluting Mega's mystique, or complementary, like Dynamax later? Ultra Sun and Moon's Rayquaza proves Megas endure. Cosmic forces overriding regional bias. Consider specific Pokémon. Alola gets new forms, but no Alolan Megas until rumours swirl. Vikavolt could Mega into a Thunderbolt behemoth, but Z-Power lets it shine without. Totem Ribombee's Fairy Dust Evasion begs for Mega. Gardevoir's Psychic Sweep. Trials force you to think Mega strategically. Status Immunity. Switch like you type change a Mega Ampharos. Ally Pokémon act as second stones, boosting your lead. Harla's Hariyama in the Grand Trial mirrors. Crabominable's Ice Punch Frenzy. A nod to Mega Lopunny's Mystic Fire potential. Lore contradictions fuel the fire. Kalos's ultimate weapon birthed Megas painfully. Alola's Z-Crystals sparkle innocently. But Rayquaza's Mega form, needing no trainer bond in wild form, challenges that. In Hoenn, it Mega evolves instinctively. In Alola, you trigger it, blending rules. Fans argue this proves universal energy, regions just channeling differently. Pokédex for Z moves says, resonate with fighting spirit, echoing Mega's heart's power. Clashes create richness. Is Rayquaza's Delta Stream Z-Power's weather counter? Player experience cements the rivalry. Sun Moon feels fresh without Megas. Z moves stealing the show. Then Usum's Rayquaza quest rewards veterans, that Mega roar echoing across islands. You summit Executor Island, warp to Ultra Space, and claim Dragon Ascent supremacy. It's payoff for lore lovers. Debates persist in battle formats. Z moves, ban in some metas to revive Megas. Alola didn't kill Mega Evolution, it evolved the conversation. This regional clash highlights Pokémon lore's beauty. Fractured, debatable, alive. Z-Power spotlights accessibility, Mega's intimacy, totems bridging them. Rayquaza's return whispers, future harmony, maybe in Scarlet and Violet. But beneath all this power, something darker lurks. Not every surge of strength comes without cost. What if Mega Evolution's hidden energy exacts a brutal toll on the Pokémon enduring it? That's the shocking truth we'll uncover in the next chapter, the pain of power. You won't believe the suffering woven into these transformations. The pain of power. Mega Evolution looks invincible from the outside, but what if I told you it comes with a hidden cost that can shatter even the toughest Pokémon? Straight from the Pokédex, Agron's entry lays it bare. When it Mega evolves, the pain is so intense it howls in agony. Its armoured body racked by surges of power it can barely contain. You can almost hear those metallic cries echoing across ancient battlefields, right? That's not some fan theory. It's canon, documented in black and white for every trainer to read. Picture your Agron, that unbreakable steel behemoth you've trained for years, suddenly convulsing as the Megastone activates. Its plates harden further, spikes erupt, but inside, every fibre screams. The Pokédex doesn't sugarcoat it. The transformation amplifies its strength to godlike levels, attacks skyrocketing, but at the price of excruciating torment. Why? Because Mega Evolution forces the Pokémon's body to evolve beyond its natural limits in seconds, reshaping bones, muscles, and even its very essence. It's like compressing years of growth into a brutal instant. Trainers in Kalos whisper about it during league prep, warning rookies that not every Pokémon can handle the strain. Have you ever paused mid-battle, seeing your own team member flinch not from an opponent's hit, but from the power coursing through them? And Agron's not alone in this nightmare. Turn to Salamence, the dragon that haunts every competitive player's nightmares. Its Mega form, pure destruction. But the Pokédex reveals the berserk rage fueling it. Salamence loses control completely, rampaging wildly, attacking anything in sight, friend or foe. That's right. Your loyal partner could turn on you in the heat of the moment. Stats explode. Speed and attack hit absurd peaks, but rationality? Gone. It's a feral beast driven mad by the overwhelming energy. In Hoenn's lore, ancient scrolls describe mega salamence tearing through meteor storms, oblivious to the destruction it wrought on its own allies. You think you'd risk that in a championship match? One wrong move, and your strategy crumbles under claws that no longer recognize your commands. These aren't isolated cases. Dive deeper into the Pokédex, and you'll find echoes across dozens of entries. Garchomp's fins slice the air with newfound ferocity, but the strain leaves it trembling post-battle. Lucario's aura surges, yet it fights through visible pain, eyes blazing with forced intensity. Why does Game Freak embed this suffering right in the core data? It's a deliberate hint that Mega Evolution isn't a gift, it's a double-edged sword. Trainers celebrate the glow, the power spike, the wins, but the Pokémon pay the toll. You've felt that thrill when your team mega evolves, haven't you? The crowd roars, your heart races. But now, knowing this, does it change how you see those moments? Here's where it gets personal for you as a trainer. You've heard the speeches, Mega Evolution requires a deep bond, unbreakable friendship between you and your Pokémon. It's the party line from every professor, every in-game tutorial. Hold that keystone high, feel the connection, and boom, transformation. Sounds poetic, right? Like love conquers all, but the lore smashes that myth to pieces. Pure power overrides bonds every single time. Look at wild mega Pokémon in the games. They don't need your heartfelt speeches or shared adventures. A mega stone in the right spot, and they evolve on their own. Bonds be damned. Take Alola's Ultra Space Rifts, or Hoenn's Wild Encounters. Rogue mega evolutions happen spontaneously. No trainer, no friendship level maxed out, just raw energy triggering the change. Salamence goes berserk without a human hand guiding it. Agron howls solo in forgotten caves. The Pokédex confirms it. These beasts tap into hidden power reserves independently, proving the bond is marketing fluff. In gameplay, sure, you need the stones and a trigger, but lore-wise, friendship's optional. Power calls to power. Ancient tribes knew this, they didn't. Cuddle their guardians, they forged megastones from cosmic debris and let nature take its course. You might think, okay, but in official battles, doesn't the trainers will stabilize it? Wrong again. Even with you at the helm, the pain persists. AZ's eternal, Floette and Carlos lore. Mega evolves out of desperation, not devotion, unleashing devastation without a second thought. Bonds fray under the pressure. Competitive players report it too. In VGC tournaments, Mega Pokémon faint faster from overuse, their stamina drained regardless of loyalty stats. The game mechanics hint at it with cooldowns and single-use limits. Why? Because the power doesn't care about your Pokémon's affection meter. It demands everything, and friendship can't pay that bill. Now, lean in closer, because here's the dark secret they bury in the fine print. Mega overuse doesn't just hurt, it drains life force. Repeated transformations chip away at the Pokémon's very vitality. Think about it. After the glow fades, they're weaker, slower to recover. Pokédex entries for veterans like Mega Charizard describe exhaustion that lingers for days. Scales dull, flames dim. It's not fatigue, it's essence siphoned off. Theories from Kalos scholars suggest megastones leach infinite energy from a finite source, the Pokémon's life itself. Overdo it, and you're accelerating aging, shortening lifespans. Evidence piles up. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Rayquaza Mega evolves without a stone, pure instinct, but even it collapses after prolonged use in lore. Wild mega herds in fan-documented regions dwindle over generations, populations crashing from burnout. Trainers who chain megas in marathons, their teams retire early, riddled with unexplained ailments. You've seen it in your playthroughs, post-battle slumps that no potion fixes. What if that's not balance but a warning? Mega Evolution trades longevity for momentary glory. Push too far, and your partner pays with years of its life. But why hide this? Game Freak wants the hype, the excitement. Sell those stones, pack the arenas. Yet the lore whispers truths they can't erase. Ancient Kalos weapons, powered by legendary energy, irradiated evolution stones into megas. But the byproduct was suffering. Hoen's meteorites infused cosmic force, berserking dragons like salamence. Bonds? A myth to make you feel in control. Reality, power corrupts from within. Let's break it down with real battle scenarios you know. You're facing the Elite Four. Your Agron Megas tanks the hits, crushes opposition. Victory tastes sweet, but off-screen it's writhing. Salamence sweeps the field, outspeeding everything, but mid-rampage it clips your own ally. Bond broken. You reset, blame lag. But the Pokédex knew all along. Or take doubles, 2 megas active. Energy surges clash, life force hemorrhages faster. Winners celebrate, losers ponder the cost their Pokémon bore. This pain reshapes how you build teams. Prioritize bulk for tanks like Agron to endure the agony, or glass cannons like Salamence accepting the rage. Ethical trainers debate it online. Is chaining megas animal cruelty in Pokémon terms? Lore says yes. Your Lucario, aura pulsing, begs the question, is the win worth the wince? Deeper still, connect it to origins. Those megastones, born from cataclysms. Kalos' ultimate weapon, supercharged stones with Dernius and Eviltal's essence, life and death intertwined. Pain's the death half leaking through. Hoen's comets, Deoxys fragments, alien energy twisting biology. No wonder Salamence snaps. Bonds can't bridge cosmic horror. You're probably rethinking your favourite megas now. That shiny Mega Gengar you grinded for. Its ghostly form hides spectral screams. Tyranitar's sandstorm rage. Desert agony amplified. Every glow masks torment. And the life drain explains why legendaries hoard the secrets. They've seen civilizations fall to overzealous trainers. But hold on, because not all is doom. Some Pokémon adapt, their pain-forging resilience. Agron's howls toughen its hide eternally. Salamence's berserk phases birth sharper instincts. Power's pain tempers legends. Still, the risk looms. You command it, but can you bear the guilt? We've busted the myths, exposed the agony. Trainer friendship? Nice story. Zero power. Life force drain? The ultimate tax. Mega Evolution's allure dims under scrutiny, revealing a perilous path. Yet who guards this dangerous double blade? What ancient sentinels ensure the power doesn't consume everything? That's what we uncover next in Legendary Mega Guardians, the mythic watchers who hold the line against total chaos. You won't want to miss how they intervene. I hope you're as amazed by this as I am. If you want to stay updated on more content like this, make sure to subscribe and join our community of curious minds. Trust me, what's coming next will challenge everything you thought you knew. Legendary Mega Guardians. Only a handful of legendary Pokémon can Mega evolve, and they're not just any legends, they're the absolute pinnacle, the god-tier guardians whose transformations demand the rarest bonds and the most elite trainers. Think about it. Out of hundreds of mythicals and legendaries across the regions, just 3 stand unchallenged at the top: Mewtwo, Kyogre, and Groudon. Their mega forms aren't handed out lightly. They're reserved for those who've proven themselves worthy, trainers who tap into powers most can only dream of. Why these 3? What makes them so exclusive? You're about to find out, and it might just reshape how you see Mega Evolution's deepest secrets. Let's start with Mewtwo, the genetic marvel born from human ambition in the shadowy labs of Kanto. Created as the ultimate weapon, Mewtwo wasn't content with its already overwhelming psychic dominance. No, it craved more. True ascension. In the games, its Mega Evolution splits into 2 forms, Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Y. X surges with raw physical might, gaining a fighting type alongside Psychic, its body bulging with muscle and fury, tail whipping like a living blade. Y, on the other hand, refines its psychic essence into something ethereal, boosting special attack to insane levels, while unlocking insomnia as its ability. But here's the kicker. You can't just slap a Mewtwo Knight on any Mewtwo and call it a day. These stones are relics of profound mystery, forged from energies that echo Mewtwo's artificial origins, perhaps infused with the life force of its progenitor, Mew. What elevates Mewtwo to elite status? It's the trainer's connection. Only those with unyielding resolve, like the protagonists in Pokémon Super Mystery Dungeon or the elite challengers in Kalos, can awaken this power. Lore hints that Mewtwo's mega evolution draws from suppressed rage, a hidden energy bottled up since its creation. Imagine channeling that, a Pokémon engineered for perfection, now breaking free into godhood. Trainers who've faced Mewtwo in rematches, like in Pokémon X and Y's postgame, know the terror. Stats skyrocketing past 700 base totals, moves like Psystrike hitting like cosmic hammers. It's no wonder Mewtwo embodies the elite barrier. Casual battlers don't stand a chance without perfect synergy. Shifting oceans now to Hoenn's depths, where Kyogre reigns as the Lord of Primordial Seas. This legendary whale doesn't just mega-evolve, it reclaims its ancient dominance. Mega Kyogre's blue orb counterpart, the Kyogrite, floods the battlefield with Primordial Sea, turning the sky into endless rain, weakening fire types to mere sparks. Its body swells, fins elongating into massive hydro engines, eyes glowing with abyssal power as special attack climbs to 150 and speed hits 100. But access? Forget it. Only trainers who've delved into Hoenn's lore, confronting the clash of land and sea in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, can wield this. Rayquaza's Mega form was needed historically to quell Kyogre and Groudon, but for Mega Kyogre, you need the Blue Orb, a relic tied to the region's creation myth. Kyogre's transformation isn't just stats, it's cataclysmic. Pokédex entries whisper of tides rising uncontrollably, oceans expanding under its will. Elite trainers like the ones in the Delta episode must navigate moral quandaries, choosing sides in a war of legends. You feel the weight, don't you? This isn't battling a regular Pokémon. It's invoking a force that could drown continents. Only the most prepared, those with teams built around weather control and precise timing, breach this god-tier form. Kyogre guards Mega Evolution's watery essence, reminding us that true power submerges the unworthy. And then there's Groudon, Hoenn's terrestrial titan, counterpart to Kyogre's fury. Mega Groudon, activated via the Red Orb and Groundite, erupts into desolate land, scorching the air into perpetual drought. Nullifying water moves entirely. Its form? A hulking behemoth with molten cracks in its hide, arms like siege engines, base attack soaring to 180, speed somehow reaching 80 despite its mass. This isn't subtle power, it's earth-shattering dominance, precipice blades carving the ground anew. Once more, elite access rules. Only those who've mastered Hoenn's lore, perhaps echoing Stephen Stone's own pursuits of megastones, can command it. Picture the stakes. Groudon and Kyogre's mega clash isn't fictional. It's replayed in every trainer's nightmare matchup. Their rivalry stems from creation itself, continents versus oceans, and Mega Evolution amplifies that to apocalyptic scales. Trainers must hold the orbs, synchronize with the legend's primal instincts, and survive the backlash. Why elites only? Because these forms tap into the planet's core energies, meteor-born perhaps, as Hoenn theories suggest. Lesser bonds shatter under the strain, only the chosen endure. You can sense it. These aren't tools for show, they're weapons of Genesis, wielded by legends among trainers. Now hold on, because here's where the lore defies everything you've learned. Amid these battle-hardened titans, one Mega Evolution stands alone, untouched by combat's chaos. AZ's Floette, the eternal flower Floette. This isn't your standard legend. It's a delicate, flower-crowned fairy born from tragedy in Kalos's ancient war. AZ, the immortal king driven mad by loss, poured his grief into this floette, granting it the ability to mega-evolve without a stone, without a keystone, without even stepping into battle. One look at its shine megaform, and you're struck. Petals blooming into a radiant crown, wings unfurling like dawn, fairy and grass types harmonizing in eternal bloom. How? AZ's floette defies every norm. Mega evolution is battle-bound, temporary, destructive even, but this one's permanent, a beacon of unwavering love. In Pokémon X and Y's finale, it heals AZ's war-torn heart, symbolizing redemption over rage. No trainer elite needed, it's personal, profound. Pokédex lore paints it as the sole non-combat mega, a quiet revolution against the system's violence. Imagine a power born not from conflict, but from a father's undying vow. It challenges you. Is mega evolution always about strength, or can it heal? This anomaly hints at deeper truths, ones guarded ferociously. Here's the twist that ties it all together. Legendaries don't just wield megaforms, they hold the true origin scrolls, ancient records etched in stone and memory, chronicling mega evolution's birth. Mewtwo knows lab-born secrets fused with cosmic tweaks. Kyogre and Groudon embody Hoenn's meteorite forges, their orbs like keys to those scrolls. Even AZ's floette whispers of Colossian weapons, energies beyond battle. These guardians hoard the lore, doling it out to elites who prove worthy. Think AZ's 3,000-year quest, or Rayquaza's primal oversight. Why scrolls? Because Mega Evolution's origins are fractured, as we've explored. Kalos irradiations, Hoenn, Hymeteors, life force infusions, legendaries reconcile these contradictions, their minds vast as regions. In Super Mystery Dungeon, legendaries like Mewtwo reference hidden truths of super forms echoing megabonds. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire's Delta episode reveals orbs as conduits to primal knowledge. AZ's arc in X and Y unveils warforged stones. You see the pattern? Only through these guardians do pieces align, scrolls unrolling tales of pain, power, and potential harm. Some megas strain their users, bonds tested to breaking. Delve deeper. Mewtwo's duality reflects creation's hubris, scrolls detailing artificial genes amplified by mega energy, perhaps stolen from Mew's essence. Elite trainers accessing it mirror scientists tampering with nature, risky, rare. Kyogre's scrolls? Oceanic hymns of expansion, megaform as a return to pre-land dominance, guarded in abyssal trenches. Groudon's terrestrial tomes speak of drought-born continents, its mega as defiant rebirth. Floette's petal script, a ballad of loss proving mega's non-violent path, scrolls blooming in hidden Kalos gardens. What does this mean for you? These guardians elevate mega evolution from gimmick to mythos. Elites aren't just strong, they're enlightened, decoding scrolls through victory. Feel the exclusivity? Your Charizard or Blaziken might mega, but touching God tier? That's legendary territory. Theories swirl. Do scrolls predict future megas, tie to Z moves or Dynamax? Legendaries nod silently, holding scrolls tight. Consider the implications. Mewtwo's forms question humanity's role. Scrolls warn of overreach, megas as double-edged auras. Kyogre and Groudon's balance act as ecological parables, scrolls urging harmony lest worlds flood or burn. Floette's defiance, scrolls affirming emotion's supremacy over battle, a lifeline for weary trainers. Together, they guard against misuse, mega's pain, like Charizard's struggles or Lucario's aura overloads, amplified in legends. You've journeyed through their stories, felt the power surge, but legendary scrolls hint at wilder frontiers where mega evolution escapes trainer control entirely. Up next, rogue forms and wild megas, untamed transformations that shatter every rule, lurking in shadows you never expected. What happens when the Guardian's secrets spill into the wilderness? Stick around, You won't want to miss this chaos. Rogue forms and wild megas. In Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, Mega Evolution finally escapes the bonds of trainers, unleashing feral wild Pokémon that Mega evolve on their own, deep in the untamed wilds of Paldea. You stumble upon them during your adventures, these rogue titans pulsing with raw, uncontrolled power. No keystone in sight, no human command guiding their fury. It's a game changer that flips everything you thought you knew about Mega Evolution on its head. These aren't your battlefield allies. They're nature's own experiments gone wild, roaring challenges at you from misty mountainsides or shadowed ruins. Picture the moment you first encounter one. You're trekking through the rugged terrain near Area Zero, the air thick with mystery, when suddenly the ground trembles. A wild salamence erupts from a cavern, its body igniting in that familiar crimson glow. But there's no trainer barking orders, no megastone clutched in claws. It just happens. Wings expand to impossible spans, scales harden like ancient armor, and its dragon tail lashes with hurricane force, stats skyrocketing, ability shifting to air relate for devastating normal-type moves turned flying nightmares. You're caught off guard, heart pounding, because this beast isn't waiting for your Lucario to counter. It's feral, driven by some primal instinct tied to the region's ancient energies. This isn't random chaos. Scarlet and Violet weave these rogue forms into the fabric of Paldea's lore, hinting that Mega Evolution's hidden energy lurks in the wild, waiting for the right trigger. Pokédex entries whisper of resonant pulses from the Earth's core, echoing Carlus's irradiated stones or Hoenn's meteorite origins. In Paldea, it's as if the land itself remembers the cosmic forces that birthed megastones eons ago. Without a trainer's bond, these wild megas tap directly into that source, but at a cost. They're unstable, aggressive, drawn to strong opponents like you. Catching one? That's the ultimate risk-reward gamble. Beat it, and you claim a powerhouse that knows its own mega potential intimately. Fail, and you're flattened by power that nature never intended for humans to wield. But here's where the tension really ramps up. Time-limited gauges. Forget endless mega rampages. In these encounters, a glowing meter appears on your screen, ticking down relentlessly as the wild mega powers up. You've got maybe 30 seconds, maybe less, to turn the tide before it reverts, exhausted and vulnerable, or worse, unleashes a final desperate burst that could wipe your team. It's pure adrenaline. Do you go all in with your strongest moves right away, burning PP and risking feints, or play conservative, dodging mega-boosted outrages until the gauge dips low enough for a capture? One wrong move, and that ticking clock becomes your enemy. I remember my first wild Mega Garchomp fight. The gauge was at half when it sandstreamed the field, turning sand into a blinding storm. I barely threw the Ultra Ball in time, pulse racing as the seconds vanished. This mechanic isn't just gameplay flair, it's lore-deep risk-reward baked into Mega Evolution's soul. Remember how transformations can harm Pokémon? In the wild, without a trainer's guidance or friendship to stabilize it, the strain is brutal. Entries describe rogue forms collapsing post-battle, energy depleted, bodies scarred from the surge. It's that hidden power turning inward, a double-edged sword. You feel the weight of it every encounter. Are you saving a majestic force from self-destruction, or exploiting nature's fury for your gain? The game forces you to confront it, gauge flashing red as the Pokémon roars in agony and ecstasy, and it escalates from there. These wild megas aren't isolated freaks, they're harbingers of nature, reclaiming mega power unchecked. Picture herds of Rhyhorn stampeding into megaforms during territorial clashes, shaking the earth without a single human witness. Or packs of Luxray in thunderstorms, eyes blazing blue as they mega-evolve in unison, claiming lightning as their birthright. Paldea's lore paints a world where ancient barriers are crumbling. The Terrastal phenomenon already warped types through crystal resonance. Now Megas join the fray, suggesting a convergence of energies. What if these feral evolutions spread? Pokédex lore hints at echoes from the Great War, tying back to Kalus's ultimate weapon or Rayquaza's primal ascent. Nature's not borrowing power, it's hoarding it, evolving unchecked as humanity's control slips. Take the wild Mega Tyranitar, for example. You find it guarding obsidian cliffs, its sand stream eternal under mega form, turning the battlefield into a perpetual hazard. The gauge starts high because it's territorial, feeding off the land's rage. Strike too hard, and it retaliates with Stone Edge barrages that crit every time. But wait for the timer, and its defenses drop just enough for Master Ball glory. I've lost count of Ultra Balls shattered on its hide, each failure teaching you the rhythm of wild Mega unpredictability. Or consider Mega Altaria in cloud-shrouded peaks. Its Mega form cloaks it in dragon clouds. Cotton Guard tanking hits, while Dragon Dance stacks speed. The gauge drains slower in bad weather, forcing adaptive strategies. Weather plays, now it's mandatory. Rain boosts its water absorb, if you've got one. But against a feral Mega, it's survival chess. This feral twist redefines Mega Evolution's mysteries. Why no trainers needed? Theories abound. Maybe Paldea's paradox Pokémon stirred dormant genes, or the region's stellar mass, those shooting stars, infused wilds with meteorite essence akin to Hoenn. Legendaries like Koraidon or Miraidon might pulse the signal, their time-warped bodies broadcasting mega resonance. In-game dialogues from researchers in Medali ponder it. The stones were always alive, waiting for the wild to awaken. It's in-universe uncertainty at its best, fueling debates. Does this mean any Pokémon could go rogue under stress? Your team feels vulnerable now, doesn't it? One stray battle in the wrong zone, and bam, your Riolu senses a wild Mega Lucario stalking from the shadows. The risk-reward peaks in terror raids twisted by these rogues. Sometimes, a wild Mega crashes the den, gauge syncing with the raid timer for double chaos. You and your squad have split-second decisions. Focus the boss, or contain the intruder before its gauge empowers a type-changing nuke. Success yields rare drops, Mega-compatible stones even, but failure scatters your links. It's social gameplay, laced with lore tension, friends yelling strategies as the feral beast rampages. Deeper still, this unchecked reclamation ties to Mega's painful side. Wild Megas exhibit resonance backlash, bodies glowing erratically mid-fight, hinting at the energy's toll. Post-capture, they need rest cycles longer than trained ones, Pokédex noting trauma from solitary surges. You're not just catching a fighter, you're rehabilitating a force of nature scarred by its own power. Ethical questions swirl. Is bottling this feral might cruel? Or is the wild truly free if it slaves to instinct? Examples multiply across Paldea. Mega Agron in iron-rich mines, its filter ability piercing your defenses as the gauge fuels endless head smashes. Mega Sizer in bamboo thickets, bullet punch chains blurring until the timer forces an opening. Each tailored to habitat, making exploration a mega lottery. Venture to the crater's edge, and rarer ones lurk. Mega Metagross psychically levitating boulders, gauge extended by its clear body defiance. This evolution of mechanics screams future lore. Time limits echo ancient restrictions, perhaps why Rayquaza needed no stone, it mastered the gauge innately. Feral Megas suggest mega power predates humans, bubbling up when ecosystems stress. Climate shifts, human encroachment, Paldea's wilds fight back with mega might. You're in the midst of it, trainer. Every shiny mega catch a testament to your daring. As these rogue forms proliferate, you can't help but wonder, is mega evolution devolving from tool to tidal wave? Nature's reclaiming it, gauges ticking like doomsday clocks, and Paldea's just the start. But hold that thought, because lurking in the shadows of this mega resurgence is something even bigger, a colossal threat that dwarfs these wild titans. Up next, Gigantamax shadow looms. And trust me, Once you see how it eclipses everything we've covered, you'll never look at giant Pokémon the same way. Gigantamax Shadow Loom's Sword and Shield hit the scene in 2019, and with one massive power move, they slammed the door on Mega Evolution, at least for a while. No Mega Stones in sight, no Keystones flashing. Instead, the Galar region unleashed Dynamax and Gigantamax, turning every raid battle into a colossal spectacle where Pokémon ballooned to skyscraper sizes, unleashing unique G-Max moves that redefined dominance. You remember those wild area dens, right? The black Dynamax energy swirling, pulling you into battles where size and spectacle trumped everything else. Mega Evolution, once the pinnacle of temporary power-ups, suddenly felt quaint, like an old flip phone next to a holographic smartphone. Game Freak buried it deep, stripping it from the core competitive scene and competitive play, forcing fans to wonder if those ancient stones were gathering dust forever. But here's where it gets juicy. Fast forward to Scarlet and Violet, and Terrastal bursts onto the scene like a glittering phoenix. This new mechanic lets Pokémon crystallize into a Terra type, shattering their original typing for battle-warping combos, all while keeping their forms sleek and unchanged. At first glance, it screams replacement. No size shifts, no aura flares, just pure type manipulation that fits the open-world vibe of Paldea perfectly. Yet dig deeper, and Terrastal whispers hints of Mega's revival. Think about it. Both tap into hidden potential. Both require a trainer's bond through Terra Orb's echoing keystones. And both promise explosive stat boosts without permanent evolution. In the Scarlet and Violet epilogue, the Indigo Disc, we even see Terrapagos, the treasure of Area Zero, crystallizing reality itself into Terra energy. Doesn't that mirror Kalos legends of megastones born from irradiated evolution stones? Game Freak's not just moving on, they're planting seeds. Terrastal feels like a bridge, a tease that Mega's DNA is still woven into Pokémon's future transformations. You can feel the shift in how battles play out now. In VGC tournaments post-Sword and Shield, Gigantamax Lapras or Kingler dominated with their massive, move-specific attacks that hit every foe or piled on status effects. Charizard's Gigantamax form, a fire-breathing dragon the size of a stadium, spewing G-Max wildfire that lingers for turns. Mega Charizard X or Y couldn't compete in that arena. No multi-target devastation, no towering presence that filled the screen. Sword and Shield's developers even said Dynamax was designed to be accessible to all Pokémon, not just an elite few with rare stones. It democratized power, making every Mon a potential giant, while Megas stayed locked to 48 specific species. That burial was deliberate, pushing the meta forward, but it left a void. Fans rioted in the forums, petitions flew for Mega's return, because nothing matched the personal thrill of watching your loyal companion unlock forbidden strength. Now enter the real gut punch to Mega's legacy. Paradox Pokémon from Scarlet and Violet. These futuristic and ancient beasts don't just challenge Mega, they label it as outdated tech in a timeline war. Picture Iron Valiant, a sleek robotic Gardevoir Ralts, fusion from the future, slicing through foes with future sight and close combat at speeds Megas could only dream of. Or Roaring Moon, the prehistoric Salamence variant, brute forcing with dragon cheers and acrobatics that outpace even Mega Salamence's priority dragon ascent. Past Paradox like Screamtail Jigglypuff or Brute Bonnet Amoonguss Pack Primal Savagery, their abilities like photosynthesis boosting them under sunlight without needing a stone or external trigger. Their evolutions unbound by stones, drawing from alternate timelines where Pokémon diverged wildly. What makes them a direct shot at Mega? These Paradox forms are permanent, baked in alternatives that eclipse Megas in versatility. No time limits, no single use per battle, like the old Mega Ring rules. Iron Treads, the future Donphan, shrugs off. Terrain with its Quark drive, accelerating to absurd speeds while Mega Ampharos struggles with static fragility. The lore ties it together too. Area Zero's time rifts birth these anomalies, suggesting mega evolution might be a relic from a normal timeline, primitive compared to timeline-shattering tech. Professor Sada and Turo's research implies paradoxes evolved naturally in their eras, without human meddling via stones. Mega feels clunky now, like dialing up power through artifacts when paradoxes just are the power. You pick up Iron Bundle, and it's Delibird reimagined as a missile with freeze-dry and triple axle. No holding item required, no trainer Mega Ray activation. It's evolution on steroids, making Mega's temporary glow-up seem like a beta test. But hold on, does this mean Mega's done? Not even close. Paradox Pokémon Spotlight. Mega's flaws, sure, but they also crave hybrids. Imagine this. What if Mega Evolution evolves into hybrid forms blending old stones with new mechanics? We've seen glimmers. Terra-style Charizard already nods to its Mega roots, crystallizing into Fire Dragon for that X-Factor edge. Pair it with Paradox influences, and you get wild speculation. Fan theories exploded after Indigo Disc, a Mega Terra-style fusion where stones resonate with Terra crystals, granting dual-type overrides, plus size scaling from Dynamax Echoes. Or Paradox Mega crossovers. Picture a Mega Iron Valiant, spikes Mega flaring into Quantum Blades, ability mutating to Quark Surge for speed hacks beyond protosynthesis. Let's break it down, with examples that hit hard. Take Garchomp. Its Mega form was a Terra, Sand Veil Roughness, boosting rough skin to tank hits, while Dragonclaw shredded. But Great Tusk, the past Paradox, laughs it off with Headlong Rush ignoring protections, Protosynthesis turning it into a Sandstorm God, without evolving mid-battle. Outdated? Absolutely. Yet Terra-style Garchomp Terra to ground up steel revives that tanky menace, hinting at Stone Crystal synergy. Now theorize a hybrid. Mega Garchomp holding a Terra-infused stone, rough scales crystallizing for immunity flips. Game Freak loves callbacks. Remember Primal Reversion tying to Hoenn Megas? Paradoxes could primalize Megas further, or consider Venusaur. Mega Venusaur's thick fat insulated it perfectly, but now Sandy Shocks, the future Magnemite line, electrifies the field with wild charge chains. Hybrid potential? A Terrestrial Mega Venusaur blooming into a Paradox Petal Storm. Vines whipping electric webs. The lore supports it. Kalos weapons irradiating stones parallel Area Zero's infinite energy machine, both warping Pokémon essence. Rayquaza's Mega Lore from Hoenn, stopping meteor conflicts, mirrors the Scarlet-Violet space-time rifts birthed by Terrapagos. It's all converging. You see the pattern? Sword and Shield buried Mega under Gigantamax Giants to refresh the formula, making battles feel fresh and raid-focused. G-Max Venusaur's petals poisoned entire teams. G-Max Gengar, haunted with ghostly gases. No Mega could match that party-wide punch, but Terrastall's revival tease in Paldea, with its shine-echoing Mega Auras, plants doubt. Is it replacement or remix? Paradox Pokémon drive the nail. Their timeline purity calling Megas hackneyed artifacts. Why bond with a stone when your Mon's DNA already holds futures past? Iron Moth spreads powder that sleeps and poisons simultaneously, outclassing Mega Beedrill's adaptability stings. Yet the theory ignites hope. Mega Evolution hybridizing into Terrestrial Paradox mashups. Imagine the DLC payoff, a new stone type, Paradox Orbs, Mega evolving Iron Valiant into a blade-dancing Colossus with Terra Shards orbiting, ability fusing to trace types across timelines. Or Roaring Moon Mega Primalizing, wings unfolding meteor scales for Galar-sized roars. Game Freak's history screams yes. Z-Moves buried Megas briefly too, but returned in evolutions. Dynamax faded post-Galar, Terrestrial reigns, but Megas linger in remakes like Brilliant Diamond, Shiny Gold rumours swirling. Feel that tension. Every new game challenges Mega's throne, from Gigantamax's spectacle burial to Paradox's deeming it obsolete tech. Sword and Shield made us mourn, but Scarlet and Violet's Terrastal sparkles with promise, and those ancient future beasts beg for mega infusions. You're left wondering, is mega evolution dead, or just metamorphosing? The pieces align too perfectly. Cosmic energies from Rayquaza myths, Kalos weapons, Area Zero rifts, all pointing to one explosive nexus. And that's exactly what will unravel next in Cosmic Convergence, where timelines collide and Mega's true destiny ignites. You won't want to miss how it all fuses. Cosmic Convergence Rayquaza holds the key to Mega Evolution's deepest cosmic secret. In the skies of Hoenn, this serpentine legend didn't just mega evolve to halt a world-ending meteor, it punched through dimensions to contain threats from ultraspace itself. You see, that meteor wasn't ordinary rock. It pulsed with otherworldly energy, the same stuff that forged megastones across the Pokémon world. And now, as we trace those threads, you're about to uncover how Rayquaza's ancient stand connects Mega Evolution to multiverse-shattering dangers lurking beyond our reality. Let's rewind to the heart of it all, the Delta episode from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Picture the stakes. A massive meteor hurtles toward Hoenn, loaded with infinite energy capable of remaking the planet. Deoxys crash lands first, drawn by its power. Groudon and Kyogre clash below, their primal forms raging unchecked. Chaos everywhere. But Rayquaza descends, Mega evolves, without a stone, pure willpower, and devours the meteor's core. Why? Because that rock carried fragments of ultra space, wormholes to alternate dimensions teeming with ultra beasts. What you're hearing isn't fan theory, it's straight from the game's lore. Rayquaza sensed the meteor as an invasion vector, a bridge for multiversal horrors. Ultra space, that fractured realm introduced in Sun and Moon, isn't just a plot device for shiny portal Pokémon. It's a nexus of infinite worlds where reality warps and megastones might originate. Think about it. Megastones resemble meteor shards, crystallized cosmic fallout. In Hoenn's Pokédex, they're explicitly tied to starfall events, ancient barrages that rained energy-infused rocks. Rayquaza, as Sky Guardian, patrols these incursions, mega-evolving to seal breaches. But how deep does this go? Rayquaza's ability, Airlock, doesn't just block weather, it suppresses dimensional interference. Mega Rayquaza's Delta Stream creates its own ozone layer, a barrier against invasive energies. Remember the lore? Rayquaza Mega evolved eons ago to quell Groudon and Kyogre's war, possibly using a proto-megastone from a prior meteor strike. That event scattered stone precursors worldwide, explaining Kalos's irradiated evolution stones or Sinnoh's spatial distortions. Its convergence, regional myths aren't contradictions. They're echoes of one cataclysmic meteor swarm breaching ultra space. Now lean in, because this ties directly to multiverse threats. Ultra beasts like Nihilego and Buzzwole aren't random invaders. They warp reality, mimicking Mega Evolution's hidden power surge. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Necrozma devours light to fuel ultra wormholes, echoing meteor energy. What if megastones are ultra space contaminants, stabilized shards that Pokémon are tuned to, unlocking mega potential but risking dimensional bleed? Evidence? Wild mega Pokémon in Alola's megastones, untamed evolutions hinting at cosmic instability. Rayquaza's intervention prevented a full incursion, but smaller leaks persist. Ever wonder why certain megas have space motifs? Porygon Z's glitched form, almost a digital ultra beast, or Diance's fractured diamond body, like shattered meteor glass. You might ask, does Game Freak intend this? Absolutely. Lore evolves with each game. In Legends, Arceus space-time rifts spawn, paradox Pokémon, multiverse variants, Mega Evolution fits perfectly as a counter. Rayquaza's meteor feat prefigures these threats, positioning it as the ultimate warden. Imagine future games where Mega Rayquaza battles Eternatus or Terrapagos, sealing Gigantamax or terrestrial anomalies rooted in ultra-space meteors. The pattern screams intent. Mega evolution isn't just a battle gimmick, it's Pokemon's defense against cosmic Armageddon. Hold that thought, because we're pivoting to what's next. Game Freak loves teasing returns, and Mega Evolution's future burns bright with cosmic hooks. New stones? Count on it. Scarlet and Violet's epilogue nodded to AZ's Floette, implying undiscovered Kalos relics. Rumours swirl of Sinomegas like Togekiss or Gallade revivals, forged from Hisui meteorites, Hisuian stones pulsing with Dialga's time energy. Primal returns? Groudon and Kyogre's raw power begs reintegration. Picture primal Kyogre mega evolving, oceans boiling under Delta Stream skies. Hoenn remakes could deliver, tying back to Rayquaza's meteor mediation. And the wildest tease, Z Mega fusions. Sun and Moon Z moves, already fused with Megas, Lucario's Aurum Aura blazing. But imagine full hybrids, a Z crystal-infused Mega Stone, channeling Ultra Energy for hybrid forms, Snorlax Z Mega, pulverizing dimensions, or Kommo-o with clanging scales. Z Mega, scales cracking Ultra Space. Leaks and data mines hint at prototypes. Official teases in Pokémon Horizons show Z-Ring artifacts. This isn't wishful thinking, it's convergence. Primal reversions plus Z power equals multiverse defenders. Rayquaza leading the charge against incoming meteor swarms. Why does this matter to you, the trainer piecing together the lore? Because it reframes every mega battle. That Venusaur Mega Stone in your bag? A Ultra Space Splinter entrusted to you. Your Salamence roaring, echoing Rayquaza's primal fury against interdimensional foes. Game Freak's dropping breadcrumbs deliberately. The 2024 Worlds trailer flashed meteor visuals. Pokémon Day leaks whispered cosmic evolutions. They're building to something massive, a lore bomb fusing Mega, Primal Z, and Terrestrial into a multiversal saga. Rayquaza's Meteor Link isn't history, it's prophecy. Let's unpack examples to make this stick. Take Mewtwo. Its Mega Y form channels psychic storms akin to Ultra Megalopolis. Lore posits Mewtwo's creation tapped Mega energy from a meteor-tainted stone. Or Ordino, the healer Mega, its Mega form stabilizes allies like Rayquaza quelling legendaries. Even obscure ones. Mega Heracross's savage rush mirrors. Buzzwole's pummeling, Ultra Beast parallels everywhere. In Sword and Shield's Isle of Armor, Kubfu evolves via towers echoing Kalos' ultimate weapon. Cosmic energy reactors? Deeper still, Rayquaza's role extends to other legends. In unbound or fan-accurate ROMs, no, stick to canon. Explorers of Sky has Rayquaza judging time gears, spatial stability. Mega Evolution amplifies that guardianship. Future threats? Imagine Ultra Necrozma clashing with Mega Rayquaza, Light vs Dragon Sky, or Petulant's toxic Mochi corrupting Megastones, forcing impure Megas. Game Freak's next lore bomb? It's inbound, probably Legends ZA. Kalos remakes with Lumiose rebuilt around a mega meteor crater, Ultra wormholes ripping open. New stones for AZ's lineup, Primal AZ Floette, Z Mega Fusions against interdimensional Xerus. You feel that pull, right? The universe expanding, Mega Evolution at its core. But questions linger. How do Keystones interface with Ultra Energy? Why do some Pokémon reject Megas, pained by the power? Rayquaza knows, perched in the ozone, watching for the next breach. We've connected the dots. Meteor to Ultra Space. Threats multiversal. Futures exploding with possibilities. This cosmic convergence isn't ending here. Up next in Chapter 16, Eternal Enigma. We'll crack the code on the timeless riddle that binds all Mega. Mysteries together. One revelation so profound, it'll redefine everything you thought you knew about the stone's true creators. Stick around. You won't want to miss it. Eternal Enigma. Did you know that if you flip through the Pokédex entries on Mega Evolution across different games, you'll find stories that straight up contradict each other? One moment, Mega Stones are ancient relics from a superweapon in Kalos. The next, they're cosmic meteorites that crashed in Hoenn. No unified explanation, no canon truth, just a web of clashing tales that leave you questioning everything you've learned. That's the eternal enigma at the heart of Mega Evolution, and it's what makes this lore so brilliantly unbreakable. Think about it. You've journeyed with me through the origins, the legends, the battles that shook regions. We've uncovered hidden energies, trainer bonds that might or might not matter, and mechanics that twist with every new game. But now, as we stare down the final puzzle, here's the bombshell. These contradictions aren't mistakes. They're the point. They prove there's no single truth to Mega Evolution. It's designed to be elusive, a mirror reflecting whatever story the next generation needs. Take Mewtwo for starters. In Kalos' Pokédex, its megaform is described as tapping into a power that rivals the gods, born from human ambition clashing with Pokémon essence. But hop over to Hoenn's entries and suddenly that same power links back to Rayquaza's primal rage, a dragon god mega evolving to slap down warring legendaries like Groudon and Kyogre. Which is it? A lab-created monster unlocking its fury, or a cosmic balancer echoing ancient skies? You can't have both, or can you? The Pokédex doesn't care. It drops these nuggets like conflicting eyewitness reports from a crime scene no one can solve. And it's not just Mewtwo. Look at Lucario. Kalos paints its megaform as an aura warrior pulsing with infinite potential, spikes elongating from sheer willpower. Solid. But then Omega Ruby flips the script. Mega Lucario's aura is now tied to the planet's life force, drawn from Hoenn's ley lines, corrupted by meteor energy. Aura from the soul or aura from the earth? Pick one, right? Wrong. Both entries sit side by side in your Pokédex, unapologetic, forcing you to choose or abandon the quest for certainty. What about Charizard? Its Mega Y form in X and Y screams volcanic fury, wings blazing with inner fire that could melt mountains. Enter Alpha Sapphire, and those flames are now supercharged by the same infinite energy that birthed Rayquaza's Mega State. Pure sky power, not earthly heat. Contradiction City. You feel that itch, don't you? That urge to demand answers from Game Freak. But here's where it gets genius. These clashes aren't oversights. They're in-universe proof that trainers, scholars, and regions see Mega Evolution through their own cultural lenses. Kalos views it as a weapons fallout, Hoenn as a stellar gift. Sinnoh might whisper of Dialga's time-warping essence if they ever get a full entry. No one agrees because no one was there for the real origin. Now, lean in closer. You've probably wondered why the lore never locks down. Why no big reveal in Legends, Arceus or Scarlet and Violet, to settle it? The answer lies in those Pokédex entries themselves. They're not omniscient encyclopedias, they're folklore, compiled by professors who never witnessed the events firsthand. Oak guesses based on Kanto fossils, Rowan on Sinnoh myths, Sycamore on Kalos ruins. Each entry is a snapshot of belief, riddled with bias and gaps. Consider Diancie. In X and Y, its megaform sparkles from fairy dust crystallized by Xerneas' life force. But Sword and Shield's expanded dex hints at a deeper ultra-space origin, mega energy bleeding through dimensions. Life energy or interdimensional rift. The Pokédex shrugs, leaving you to connect the dots or not. This isn't sloppiness, it's storytelling gold. It mirrors our world's myths. Greek gods clash with Norse ones, each culture retelling the cosmos their way. Pokémon does the same, but with retcons baked in from the start. Remember Gen 6? Mega Evolution drops as a Kalos exclusive, tied to AZ's 3,000-year war machine. Eternal Flower Floette. Mega evolves from that same irradiated grief. Pokédex calls it a bloom of ultimate sadness. Fast forward to Gen 8, and wild rogue Megas roam Dynamax dens. No stones needed, powered by Galar's dark energy pits. No mention of AZ. Suddenly, Megas everywhere, untethered. Retcon? Absolutely, but it evolves the myth, making it richer. You see it building, don't you? Each generation layers on new contradictions, proving the law's alive. Gen 7's Alolan forms ignore Mega entirely at first, then Ultra Beasts hint at Mega-like bonds with Necrozma's light. Pokédex for Pheromosa, a Mega evolution of alien tech, not quite, but close enough to blur lines. Then Gen 9 explodes it. Terrastal ties into Mega energy somehow, with Ogerpon's masks echoing ancient Mega rituals. Entries now speak of resonant power that could link to Petulant's toxins or the Loyal Three's forgotten Megastones. Contradict Kalos? Check. Retcon Hoon? Double check. And yet, it all fits if you accept the enigma. Truth is subjective. Let's drill deeper with specifics that'll make your head spin. Pinsir, Kalos Dex. Mega Pinsir's bulk comes from super regeneration, claws that never tire. Hoenn Redux. Those claws are forged from meteorite iron, infused with Rayquaza's primal reversion energy. Regeneration or cosmic metal. Two truths, zero reconciliation. Aerodactyl fares worse. Fossil revived in Gen 1, Mega in Gen 6 as a savage predator with rocky hide from Kalos's weapon fallout. But Sun and Moon's Alolan Diggs claim its Mega form echoes Garchomp's Dragon Might, tied to Zygarde's planetary core. Weapon byproduct or Earth Dragon Echo. Pick your poison. Abomasnow now. Ice and Grass Mega Beast in Kalos. Pokédex roaring about hailstorms that bury armies powered by eternal winter rage. Sword retcons it subtly. Now linked to Glali's Cursed Ice or worse, Regice's Ancient Freeze. Rage or Relic, the list goes on. Gengar's Shadow, Mega from Kalos Curses, versus Hoenn's Ghost Energy from Dusclops Evolutions. Venusaur's Mega Petals dripping toxic Mega Bloom in one dex, Solar infused in another. Every entry a new thread, weaving a tapestry too vast for one truth. But why does this matter to you, the trainer piecing it together? Because it frees you. No more chasing the real origin, instead you live the enigma. In battles, your Mega Charizard X roars Hoenn skies, while your opponent's Mega Mewtwo Y channels Kalos Labs. Both valid, both true in their moment. The contradictions prove Mega Evolution isn't a solved mechanic. It's a living mystery, adapting to your story. Now watch how cultural myths evolve with each retcon. Gen 6 plants the seed. Mega as tragic power. AZ's flet weeping petals of loss. Gen 7 waters it, with Tapu Guardians sensing Mega auras in Ether Paradise ruins. Pokédex hinting island myths of Mega Guardians long lost. Retcon. Now it's pan-regional. Gen 8 crushes its under Dynamax, but rogue Megas in the wild area whisper of untamed power. Entries claiming wild Pokémon Mega evolve instinctively during Crown Tundra blizzards. Cultural shift, from trainer exclusive to nature's fury. Gen 9 cements the evolution. Terrapagos' Stellaron core pulses Mega-like energy, Pokédex linking it to Kalos' ultimate weapon while echoing Hoenn meteors. Ogerpon's masks, Mega stones in folklore form, retconning Kitakami tales as Mega rituals suppressed by Loyal 3. Petulant's Mochi, a Mega catalyst contradicting stone dependency. Each gen retcons not to erase, but to expand. Myths grow, cultures clash, and the enigma endures. Sinnoh elders might call it Arceus' will. Paldea scholars, Terrastal resonance, all valid, all evolving. You felt this pull through every chapter, haven't you? The lore teasing answers, then yanking them away. Those contradictory entries aren't barriers, they're invitations. Proof that no single truth exists because the universe won't allow it. Pokemon's world thrives on wonder, and Mega Evolution is its crown jewel of uncertainty. As we wrap this eternal puzzle, consider the finale that binds it all. Mega Evolution's future isn't headed for resolution. It's forever tied to Pokemon's endless mysteries. New games will drop fresh stones, rogue forms in the wild, perhaps Z-move hybrids, or time-limited Eterners? Pokédex will contradict again? Myths retcon bolder? Rayquaza might mega in Paldea skies? Or AZ return with Floetta's mega-echoing Terrapagos? The enigma ensures it. Your next mega raid, your shiny hunt, your lore dive, they'll all pulse with this uncrackable core. So where does that leave you? Standing at the edge of infinity, keystone in hand, ready for whatever twisted truth the next trailer drops. Because in Mega Evolution, the real power isn't in answers, it's in the eternal question. What mega mystery awaits you?